Welcome to Nani Talks, the only anime podcast for the mandem. I'm your host, TC Division.
The Quantum One.
Tunes.
Slick.
JR.
Ikuzo!
Alright then, mandem. So, firstly, welcome back. Everyone good, yeah?
Yeah.
Sweet, bro.
That's cool. So, let's run it nice and smooth. So let's start off with 100 gorillas versus your favorite MC. Firstly, who you choosing?
Well, it depends if you want it to be a challenge or not.
Yeah, because off the bat,
Let's make it a challenge. Let's make it a
I'll say
challenge.
Jinwoo off the bat.
No, let's make it a challenge.
Because he's just going to
You know
finish.
what? I'm about entertainment.
Yeah.
I would love to see, he doesn't have to be in Super Saiyan form, but I'd love to see Broly versus these 100 gorillas.
But what is he?
It's a wild fight.
Is he allowed to? Nah, it's
Overkill.
So one blast and done. No.
Nah.
Nah.
No powers.
No powers.
Straight hands.
Oh.
Okay. Cool.
No
cool.
powers.
Alright.
Straight hands.
So no Shadow Warriors.
Jinwoo's cooked then, bro.
No.
What, no powers?
No
No
powers.
powers.
Hands
No
to hand.
abilities. No
No,
magic.
that means no
Jim
ability.
is
He's cooked, bro.
It's straight hands.
Taijutsu.
Yeah.
Remember when he started?
This is sick.
Yeah, he's
Remember
not,
when he
he's not-
started,
He's
though?
not Nang like that.
He's
What
going
are
to
you
be like
talking
when he
about?
started,
Nang
bro.
keeps his
He's
stats.
nine. Yeah, he
Are
keeps
you
his stats.
talking endgame or just current
Bro, we're
anime?
talking Jinwoo, bro.
Are you
Jinwoo's
talking
Jinwoo, bro.
current anime
Okay,
Jinwoo
what
or
we
end
talking
of
about?
manga
So
Jinwoo?
decide. Current anime or not? Current anime
Yeah,
or
current-
endgame?
current-
It's got to be current anime, not
current.
endgame.
Current anime, bro. Yeah, think about it now, yeah? My man banged the ant in the face like he was light work, bro. Yeah? Them gorillas are not holding a bang.
With this stats,
He's
yeah.
running through one gorilla, one bang at a
That
time.
is-
Yeah?
See, when you lot was
So-
talking about no powers,
You
I
want
was
to say we jump
literally
on it?
thinking, I was thinking it was going to go from, you know, when he first started off. Because if he ain't got no powers, he's going to be close to when he started off, my bro. And he's like the weakest hunter out there.
No, but we're saying he keeps his stats from the last thing.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. So
okay.
fair, then cool. He's still involved. Yeah, man.
I'm
Still
He's
involved.
like-
just thinking Guy Sensei.
Yeah.
Guy Sensei is a good call.
That's a
Guy
good
Sensei is a
call.
good call.
Straight
Yeah.
taijutsu.
In the wheelchair or no?
Man, massive man.
Wait.
It's current anime.
Hold on.
If we're talking current anime,
Yeah,
he's in a wheelchair.
If
Like,
you're talking Guy or Rock Lee, then they can't use 8-8.
They
Yeah,
don't
no
need to. They
powers,
don't need
no
to.
powers.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
but their taijutsu
They're the
is just
taijutsu on smoke. They don't need that.
spot on.
Take the weights off. He's good.
Nah, leave the
rating
weight,
100
weights on.
Bro.
For the-
You are not rating 100 gorillas.
These man are splattering a gorilla with one bang. That's
Bro, 100.
For even
This is not 1v1
Guy Sensei and Rock Lee. It's gonna be like an episode of One Punch Man with a gorilla.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
And if we're just talking about straight hands,
It
then Saitama.
Is it really though? Guy might be, but Rock
Saitama's
Lee.
have powers.
I don't want to talk about Saitama.
Saitama's
I
the
don't
100
even want to
press-ups on the
entertain
Too
him.
squat.
off the scale.
Yeah, I don't want to entertain him.
He's too off the scale.
I ain't gonna lie. Like Rock Lee, no 8 gates or nothing. I don't know if he's beating 100 gorillas, I'll be real.
He is.
Or 100 gorillas, you lot, if they're all going in at the same time, 100.
What's that with
Let's
100?
say, mate, bro, if you get jumped by 100 gorillas, like what are you doing?
But you're going on like the gorillas are gonna be on this Call of Duty thing, flanking man and that.
I'm
Like, they're
thinking
not,
about
bro.
it.
Yeah, but they're gonna be straight charging though.
Yeah.
That's it. There's going to be
They're
no
charging.
skill.
You lot are really going on like this is going to be Planet of the Apes, bro. It's not going to be that. It's not, they're not going to have no formation, bro.
Yeah, nah.
They're not going to have no formation. Like, do you
Against
get me?
anime characters is
And the
it's a whole
reality is-
different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
In my
I'm
head,
playing devil's advocate.
if I'm looking at 100 gorillas, if one of them gets banged, the rest of them are moving shook.
Mm.
One of them gets light work, they're going to be like, ooh, no.
That was mad.
It's going to be like, no, straight, bro.
And to be honest, to show Douglas, I think they might not fighting each other.
No, they know the task at hand. They know the task at hand.
Interesting, right? Let's make it interesting. Since we're doing anime, instead of just gorillas, talking about the great ape, golden form.
King Kong.
No, Ozaru.
100 of it.
Ozaru. The Ozaru.
Oh.
The great ape form.
What, so who's packing him in basically?
Right, so what MC is taking
No
on 100?
powers.
No powers, straight
But
hands.
just one of them or 100 of them?
But the Ozaru ain't got no 100 powers Ozarus. either. It's just size and strength.
Just one Ozaru then?
No, doing
100.
100.
100 is all right.
We're doing
Out
100.
in
We're
powers.
flipping it.
100.
Ooh.
What are we saying? Everyone's dead.
100 of them,
Can I
man.
choose Shay?
What from
We'll do.
Pat?
Yeah, we'll do, bro.
Without his powers.
Without his powers?
He's not beating 100 Izarus.
Nah, he's not. I can't lie.
Don't know.
He's not
man.
being-
Can't lie. They stomping him.
I feel like he would believe he would do it.
To get squashed.
Maybe if
He's still
he's
gonna
got
be mad.
maybe if he's
By the
got
end
the
of it.
passive regeneration.
Don't forget.
But there's no powers.
No, but passive regeneration.
There's still power.
Alright, so no.
It's still power.
I'm thinking because he's not activated, it's just there passively. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's not actively trying to use it, it's just happening. Like, if you stamp man out, you regenerate. But if you're saying no powers, then no powers, I'll be real. No powers, probably no one's
Everyone's
beating him.
cooked.
Yeah,
everyone's
everyone's cooked.
100 Izarus.
Without
Golden.
any powers.
Golden as
Maybe
well.
just a straight saying like Goku.
Yeah, Goku. That's it.
Straight saying, no form, nothing, just
But
straight.
even then, I don't think you can take 100 golden Izarus.
Yeah, but they got no powers as well. So it's,
But they're just strong.
yeah, but so is Goku. Goku's hella strong.
But not as strong as 100.
As well, though, for the viewers
Probably
back at
not.
home, explain who Azaru is. Because we're just saying Azaru, great ape.
So he's busting that explanation.
Well, it's the Saiyan that has the tail that sees the moon. If the Saiyan warrior has a tail and sees a full moon, they turn, just like a werewolf, right? They turn into this massive, giant King Kong-like ape.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So if we're saying they're Saiyans, it's like, you know when people have that long argument about Saiyans, what would you rather? Saiyans, devil fruit power, etc., like, you know, from different animes. So it's like, if that's a Saiyan and as strong as a Saiyan race is, yeah, like a couple of us are saying, you're going to be cooked if you ain't got no powers. If you're going up against
Do you know who's
Saiyan ape.
cooking 100 Izarus? Got.
without powers.
That one punch we saw.
Yeah, give a God.
Yeah, but again,
Garth ain't got powers. Garth ain't got, bro, that's straight
That's
hand.
a power, though.
That's
No, that's
straight
a
hand.
power, bro.
Impact is a
man,
power.
it's
Galaxy
Come on,
impact,
man.
that's a
That's what I'm
power.
saying.
That's an ability.
And even then, God don't need that.
It's this hacky manifested differently.
Yeah, God,
Alright.
but
His hacky's on a man.
but
Yeah,
even
yeah.
God.
Because if you're
Hacky's still
allowing
a
him
power,
hacky,
man.
then you can't give him.
If you give it
It's not
hacky,
power
then-
in the show, but it's a power.
Then
man.
it's different.
It's a power.
Because Shanks could walk in there and just everyone's dropping like, you know what I mean?
But first, straight hands, God will have a good chance.
I feel like you guys have made it too. You've gone too clear with it now because 100 of them now. Like,
100, that's why I said one. I said 1v1. If you got one anime MC, no powers, 1v1 or Ozaru, no powers, you can have a debate. But 100 Ozaru,
Yeah, I'm still putting
Oh,
God.
before
I'm
you
still
lot
putting
added
God
that.
up there.
they're just
I'm still putting God up there.
I don't know.
So no, even with no hacky, God. Remember when he's banging the ship and that when he was practicing training?
Nah,
Yeah,
yeah,
but-
Yeah, see, I don't know. It's still too much.
Yeah,
against a
one
normal-
Ozaru
against-
will just crush that
You
shit.
gotta have somebody that is who heals. Somebody who heals. So they need to be able to have the power of heal. Oh, but they've got no power, so it's
I'll be
done.
real.
Yeah.
It's done.
The Azaru, hadn't him in the mix, it don't make sense.
it's world level. He's too big, man. Like
Yeah,
Dragon Ball Z
like,
characters, yeah.
I was
they're
gonna
just-
say, don't get me wrong,
they're world level.
I get why we did it, because leaving it to just 100 apes and having certain main characters from the anime, like they all smoke them. But
Yeah.
I was gonna throw Afro Samurai in the mix against 100, because I still feel like it might be a bit.
no,
There's
that's
no
no
weapons,
weapon. He's got
no
a weapon.
weapons,
Without
no
a weapon, he's cooked.
He's no weapons,
Yeah.
bro. No weapons, no
Without a
powers.
weapon.
just gonna
If he
get
takes
cooked
one
anyway.
bang from an Azaru, he's
finished.
dead.
Then we conclude that no
That's
one's
what
beating
that's what I'm
100
saying.
Ozaru.
Bang from
No,
one
no
ape.
one.
No
No
one's
one's
beating
beating.
Azarus like that.
Not
It's mad.
100. Not 100.
Right, listen. So obviously, I ain't even said to you guys yet, yeah. But from our last episode, we was talking about getting people to try and write in about their like little anime things, right? And any questions that they had about anime. So, but one of the guys come back to me and was like, I showed him a little preview of the episode, and it was like, you know what? Can I ask a question? Yes, I said, yeah, run the question. So he said to me, my girl is not on the anime thing and she thinks it's like a kid thing, yeah? So, which is fair. Most women might feel like that. And again, most men might think like
It's
that,
an
yeah?
uneducated opinion.
It's an uneducated opinion, we know that. But he was asking me like, you know, does your missus watch anime with you, blah, 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 blah. And obviously she does, but it didn't start out like that. So the question is if you got a girl that isn't into anime or sees it as like a joke, you know, when you're trying to watch your anime, she's trying to talk to you and that because she don't get it, like, you know, how do you get her to watch that?
Me personally, I would recommend someone if there's someone that likes a good story, like no, because girls don't like too much violence more time. They want something that's going to captivate them. I'd say Attack on Titan. It's finished. You can watch it dubbed if you want.
You're running with this again.
You can't say
Attack on Titan
without
for everything.
violence, you know, as well.
Too heavy though.
Or
You
Demon
can't-
Slayer.
Attack on Titan's too heavy.
I
I'll be
say
real.
Demon Slayer. So the Demon Slayer.
I feel like I'm in deja vu right now.
I'm running with it. It's
Let
fine.
me say one thing,
Go
right?
on,
So,
please.
I think personally, you got to ask them what they like. Firstly, before you recommend anything,
Yeah, yeah.
you got to find out what kind of genres they
supposed to
like,
talk
what
what I
they
like.
enjoy. And I feel like, for the most part as well, people that don't really watch anime, they're maybe not used to watching things in subtitles. So that's another big obstacle.
Some of it's
'cause
got dubbed.
I was even speaking to like this one guy I used to speak to, and I tried to get her on it, and she was open to it until I told her that I watched subbed only. She was like, "Can we watch dubbed?" And I said no.
So he was on the
I said no.
straight.
I said you can watch dubbed by yourself, but you're not watching it with me.
What if she was dyslexic?
Why you always got to throw the Spanish?
I mean, like,
It's a good point. It is a good
though. Like,
point.
she might have had
Yeah,
a
but
reason.
she's
Like,
not. But she's not. I know she's not. So that's not my problem.
all right.
I mean, so for people out there that are dyslexic, then I mean, right, cool. Watch your dubbed. Yeah?
Okay, cool.
Because you know what I mean, you can do the sound thing. But for me personally,
It's not authentic.
that's it's not authentic, and I would never want to introduce someone into anime that way personally.
Yeah, because
So-
some of the dub voice acting is bad.
Yeah. There's only one
Yeah,
anime
can
that I
be.
watched dubbed. There's
Dragon
only
Ball Z.
one, and it's Dragon Ball Z.
My
That's the
point.
only one that I've
I've
never
never
watched
watched that.
dubbed.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
The only one.
Only one. It's only one.
Because the Japanese Goku's voice is crazy.
It's a woman. That's why.
I'm used to it now. I'm used to it now.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
I was watching Dragon Ball Z back in the day, it was dubbed. So I'm used to the dub. I'm used to both versions. Yeah.
I started by watching Naruto.
I started like
that
that
was my
too.
first thing.
That was one.
Naruto
But I
dub.
was studying.
I didn't know no
last
different.
episode. I was
I didn't
studying.
know no different. Don't judge me.
I was studying
That was my
that. So, you
first
know what I
thing.
mean?
As long as you see the light, it's all good, man.
That's
You know
the
what I
thing, innit? That's the thing.
Just
so
repping for the dubbed man them, because I'm taking this abuse in the corner, yeah? I ain't got time most of the time to be reading subtitles, yeah?
Be a
Let me
man.
listen to my thing in the English, yeah?
but see, so with the girl,
Man's
now,
like 100 episodes behind.
with the girl, how are you running?
Anything, it's got to be entertaining. If it's got a female protagonist, that helps, right? Ease
Do
and
you
me.
think that helps?
Yeah,
I think it
helps.
can help.
Depending on who you're talking
We
to.
like watching guys.
Depending on who
Women
it
don't like
is.
watching women.
Like-
I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I don't know. I
Your
don't know.
friend?
I, don't,
You said?
I can only talk about my woman. Yeah, but
I said, guys, chill.
But if I
Yo,
wait. What female protagonist?
Why?
though?
Why?
What female
Why?
protagonist?
I'm going to say Sailor
What's the
Moon.
protagonist's name in Blue Eye Samurai?
Okay, but is that an anime? Are we saying that's an anime?
I wouldn't class it as
It is.
no, I
Are we
wouldn't.
saying Blue Eyed Samurai is an anime? Because it's
Are we
kind
not-
of a 3D.
It's inspired for sure. heavily.
Okay.
It's anime.
It's anime inspired.
Yeah, it's not anime.
I feel like the way things are going, one day it will be considered as anime. The way
Fair
things
point,
are going,
fair
yeah.
point,
But
fair
right
point.
now, there's too much
Alright,
controversy.
so we're gonna say Blue Eyed Samurai. I still think it's questionable, but I want another one. I want a female protagonist that you lot think is certain enough. Like, bearing in mind, yeah, I'm assuming you lot have got if like the female protagonists that are in anime.
Here we go.
I don't know. I can't show most of them
I'm trying to
to
find
my woman and
Oh,
say,
again.
one.
What's that?
Again,
Michio and Hachi?
that's what I was literally about to say.
She loved that.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah?
Oh, she
That
absolutely
one there.
loved that.
So-
I was gonna say for
but
sure.
you know, so Mitchin and Hatchin has got that kind of like, almost like it's not Studio Ghibli in the art, but it's got that kind of story feel. Like, do you get me?
Yeah.
That's the
And
reason why I say
I'll be
that.
honest with
All
you.
women like that.
I'll be honest with you,
But
yeah.
not all, but majority.
If you personally, my take on it is go Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, you can't lose.
Stop.
You can't lose
Studio
that.
Ghibli.
And I was
can't
about
lose
to
it.
say, so I watched a film ago, what's it? The Boy and the Heron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
House
Spirit
Moving
of the Way.
Castle.
Spirit away.
My
Spirit
neighbor
Away.
Totoro.
Yeah. What's the other one? Was it Momonosuke? No, it's not that.
That is one though.
Princess
Yeah.
Mononoke.
Princess
They got that.
Momonosuke. Princess Momonosuke.
And then you got those other little anomalies that are coming on Netflix now, like Bubble.
I know what you're talking about.
Netflix has got a few kind
Netflix
of
have
ones
been
that have
coming
got that
slowly.
Studio
Right,
Do you
Ghibli
know,
kind
do
of
you know
vibe.
one's good though? In terms of, don't get me wrong, the ending, I wouldn't vouch for it, but in terms of introduction wise, Promised Neverland is a good one. In terms
Yeah.
of it's got a good story, it's
Yeah.
got that sort of like
That's actually quite good.
Yeah,
I
man.
like the manga for that.
No, I had to
I read the manga, yeah.
I read it after, so
yeah, the ending. I'm not
Well,
gonna
yeah.
spoil it for no one, but the ending, it's not for me, it's not for us. But if you want to dig deeper, then they got manga there, you know. So
So let me ask you, what was the first anime you watched with yours?
In Naruto, way back.
Okay, and was that
And she liked it. Yeah, she liked it.
Perfect. What about you? What was the first anime that you introduced to a girl and tried it?
I think the most recent one I can think of, but that I actually enjoyed, was that Moonrise on Netflix.
Okay, cool. That's
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. That's a decent one. That's a decent one.
I
Still,
actually enjoyed it still.
For me, I think it was Spirited Away and also Promised Neverland, and then she started watching Attack on Titan by herself. So,
and I know you've got like a story where it went sideways. So do you wanna explain how sometimes it can go sideways?
So basically, guys, don't ever put on something like Dan the Dan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Why?
Especially, so hear me out. Dan the Dan, don't get me wrong. It's not far off from the first episode throughout the whole way out, but I forgot all about the first episode, and there's some violations in there that's not even a joke really, but Dan the Dan's a comedy, so they joke about a lot of stuff. And
It's a bit like
certain things shouldn't be joked about in real life, but hence put it on. And if you know about Dan the Dan, then you know why. I don't really have to explain. I'm not trying to spoil it for nobody if you're trying to watch it, but yeah. The anime it evolves around bulls and and some violations in there, like I said. So yeah, man.
Junior, what are you saying?
Sorry, what was the question?
What was the first anime you've tried to show to a girl? And it went well.
And it went well. Samurai Champloo. That's not my go-to, man.
That's a
good one.
That's a nice fact.
Because the way I see it, if I'm going to introduce someone to anime, I want to show them something that's quite light.
Yeah.
You don't want to give someone that's new to something like too many episodes or there's too much going on. Like, you want them to be able to follow it and enjoy it. So for me, like I watch Samurai Champloo maybe like once a year. I'll just watch it because I enjoy it. I just think it's funny. And plus, you got the Jarvis on the soundtrack, man, which is just
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
My partner likes anything with swords. So once there's some sword fighting in there. So I started off with Bleach and Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
And
that's one. Sword Art Online's one.
Sword Art
for
Online
sure.
is
The original though.
So
Yeah.
Bleach was
a good one.
Bleach was a choice that she made, and then Sword Art Online was something else that I started watching. I was like, oh, let's try this. But the storyline for Sword Art Online is pretty sick. Like,
Yeah, man, that's good.
She gelled with that pretty well. Do you know what I'm saying? That was a really good one. That's a nice little one there.
Cowboy Bebop was a smash hit for my partner.
We watched that as well, and the live action of that. To be fair, I like that. I know there's a little thing.
I didn't mind the live action.
I know there's a little thing with the live actions of whatnot, but Cowboy Bebop, I think it's pretty cool because it kind of just feels like you're watching like a Star Trek.
Yeah,
or
it's
like
very easy to watch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Episode.
It's pretty easy because we're not looking at people doing nothing too crazy super.
Yes.
It's easy to stay on task with a live action of that.
Good, when you first watched as well, Fullmetal Alchemist.
Yes.
Fullmetal Alchemist is a good one as well.
One for the ladies too, like you say your girl like swords, innit? Kill la Kill.
I was literally going to say Kill la Kill
I'll be
right
honest
now.
with you.
That could be a very good
I'll be honest with you, yeah. For my partner, that's too hentai.
Okay, fair enough. Too much fan service. Yeah, too much fan service.
You know, because what happens with me is I'll be sitting there and she'll be like, is this what you're into? Yeah? I'll be like, what?
I'm here for the action.
Yeah.
I'm here for the action.
Why is it got to be like that? Like, but yeah,
See, I started with Hunter x Hunter.
Do you know what? That's a good
That's a
one.
good one.
Though.
So
Hunter x Hunter, that's my person.
You're giving them the top entry introduction.
Yeah. But then I feel like you do that and then you can explain, okay, the next one we're watching is a bit lower than Hunter x Hunter. I feel like Hunter x Hunter is a good...
But it sets a bar. That's what
it sets a bar where you got above that and below that.
It's a good amount of episodes as well, like 150 or something. 150 something.
Gone.
So,
what episode? Did she complete it?
Yeah. I'll tell you what happened. So we started, I think we binged like 10 episodes. I went bed, woke up in the morning, she's done another 10. I'm like, okay, what's going on? I went work, she's completed the first season. I'm like, what?
Wow.
Just flying through
She's
it.
just flying through it because she's invested. So,
Nice. That's what you want though.
exactly. So I started with Hunter x Hunter.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I genuinely didn't get commitment from with my partner. It was more of a situation where it was like she's watching anime for me, and then it would be like, but I saw the commitment switch when I locked her in on One Piece.
Yeah.
Now she watches One Piece without me. She's reading manga.
Hundreds.
Like, yeah,
What's she called?
Bro, oh, no.
I can relate on that.
But she's about to go through
I can relate on that. I introduced someone to it.
She's about to go through the intense heartbreak. She's about to go through the heartbreak.
I feel for her.
Send them on. Marine food.
The heartbreak you spoke to.
R.I.P. my nigga.
Wait, you still holding on to that one?
Bro, he won't let it go. He won't let it go.
I won't.
No, Pete, I can resonate on
Even,
that.
even once they find the One Piece, I'm going to be saying it.
It is a nice one.
Like, she's now flowing to the point where she's watching, or she's nearly up to date. I think she's on like episode 800 or something. So
Wow.
Nice.
when you see this, like, you know what I mean?
Is she watching the fillers as well?
It was all like last year. She started like last year, maybe like July.
That's quick.
Yeah, she's, you know what I mean?
Is she watching the fillers as well?
Yeah, 100%. No cutting. She ain't doing a website thing.
But you don't know about that, yeah? One page.
Yeah, 100. Yeah, she ain't doing that thing. She's doing a whole one to, you know what I mean?
Wow.
So,
Okay,
great.
cool.
Wow.
So let's run to teachable moments in anime. So obviously, like, everyone's been through stuff in it. Everyone here can say they've been through stuff in it, yeah? Has there been any moments where you feel like you've personally like taken an L and you've been able to learn something from anime in order to be able to get yourself out of that situation, or even to just give you a vibe or a buzz about your situation?
Yeah. So there's so many L in life.
100.
I can't narrow it down to just one, right?
Yeah.
But my reference is going to be Hunter, and Gon, the protagonist. He's like, there's a saying, what can happen will happen. And his approach is just having the resilience and flexibility to just get through any situation. And for me, that's like inspiring. So he has his trials and tribulations, and somehow he manages to get through it. He summons the will and the power to get through it. He's not going to let it bring him down. On the flip side, with that same saying, what will happen, what can happen, will happen. Death Note, right? Because the protagonist and the antagonist, right? They're so strategic and tactical. They like think of every possible thing that can happen. It's about being prepared, you know? So
for you as well, I like
that.
Because that is you're that, that's
exactly.
You embody
so
That's your bag.
when they were going through L's in the series, and they always had a plan B, plan C, plan D. And that taught me to go, you know, to do that in life and be prepared, and you'll see better results. So yeah, that's my two.
And even going off what you said with Gon, because I was going to say Gon as well. And to the point when Gon's whole purpose was to study Nen, to go find his dad and get stronger. And he threw that all away when he fought Pito to get revenge for Kite. Everything he mastered, everything he went for, he threw that all away because his love for Kite was more important than his mission to get stronger. That was mad. His whole point of Hunter was for him to learn Nen, go find his dad, show his dad he's strong. He got so strong, and he said at the end of the day, I'd rather lose that to avenge Kite. So,
you're going to make me go watch Hunter x Hunter
That's
again.
beautiful.
I could see it in my head, and I'm like, I'll go watch it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah.
And then the next one as well is Rock Lee and Guy Sensei. It's like they was told they're going to be no ones because they can just use taijutsu, that's it. But instead of being disheartened, they said, listen, I'm good at this one thing, I'm going to master this shit out of it. And that's exactly what they done. And by the end of it, that one thing that they was good at, especially like we said, Guy Sensei, what he done, 1,000 man couldn't do. Literally, talking about 100 man versus Gorilla, had 1,000 man versus Madara. And Guy Sensei done it one man up.
Do you know what as well? You're talking about, like, just to reiterate what you're talking about there, yeah, is I think that the most important thing on that is the fact that without Guy Sensei, there would have been no Rock Lee. Rock Lee would have had to have, he might not have been able to get that same path, do you know what I mean? And I think it's so important for us to have role models, because it's just like, and I'll relate it to like real life now, yeah? The whole NBA game has changed because of Steph Curry. Like everyone was just doing normal threes. Now you see these youths in college ball shooting from backcourt, getting it in on the basis that now they believe that
It can be
because
done.
they've seen it now. It's a new belief
it can be
system
done.
that it can be done, and that's what Guy Sensei done for Rock Lee. Obviously, he gave him that belief that he doesn't need to have the correct.
And my final one is Zoro. It's for the brotherhood and loyalty that him and Luffy share. Like, from when Luffy come and got him when he was tied up with the Marines, and Luffy basically had just met him and he stood up for him. And from that point, Zoro's literally willing to ride or die. Like, it literally shows, like, when you find someone that matches your energy, like, win or lose, like, bro has Luffy's back. Like, there could be 7,000 man, Zoro's not running.
Yeah.
Like, if we're dead, we're dead together. And that's literally
Like Steven says, loyal to the soil.
To the soil, trust me.
That's the bro that every guy wants.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Someone like Zoro, bro, you know, no matter what you can call on, bro, he's going to be there.
Yeah, man.
While you're there, Junior, you might as well do your two.
No, man. Let's
You can come back to them, but it's all good, man. I'd say for me, a big one that resonates on myself is Hajime no Ippo.
Yeah.
Because he's someone who, when he starts off, he's very shy. He's someone who deals with a lot of bullying that goes on.
Interject as well. Bearing in mind, I want you to try and make it as relatable to your story.
No, I'm going to do that too.
Say no.
He's someone who's very kind, you know. He's a bit naive, if that makes sense. But the trials and tribulation he goes through when he starts doing boxing and he meets another, like you said, like mentor who kind of teaches him and shows him that he can do more with his current self. And the good thing is about him, he doesn't change his personality. He's still very kind. He's still out there and will talk to people. But the difference is now you can't take his kindness for weakness. And I'm very much the same type of person. I was raised around a lot of hard men, but I was someone that was in school very kind, you know, very talkative, talk to anyone. But I'd have friends around me that say, bro, you're too kind. And they'd let me know that, right, your kindness might get taken for weakness, but I'd always let them know I'm not. I've been raised as a warrior in a flower garden, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man. It's better to be a warrior in a flower garden than it is to be a flower man at war. So that's not me, and that's not Ippo. So, yeah, man. Ippo's a big one for me. Other than that, second one, I'd say Demon Slayer. It's a bit here. This one, a lot of people might be thinking, yeah, but that's someone in anime. But again, he's someone who lost his entire family. And don't get me wrong, that's a real hard thing. For me, I haven't lost my entire family, but definitely lost close ones to me. And what it kind of shows is don't let it break you, because that's not what your close ones would ever want for you. So yeah, man, that's my two.
Nice. Yeah, really. So the way I took that question was like, so like you said, like like the quantum one said, there's so many different types of L's you can take in life. So many different types. And for me, it was like, right, cool, so I'll break it down. You can take L's in life. Like for me, being a PT for however long, being in training, took a lot of L's in my training in terms of like, you just find yourself getting on a good trajectory, then you get injured. And it's like a mental dip, and then you have to get yourself out of that and then go again, you know, go again. So for me, something that I resonated like with that was one of the earliest animes that I watched, bar like Dragon Ball Z, that was like real fighting and training for a goal in mind, was History's Strongest Disciple. And he just took licks. In that manga, I would say, because I messed with the manga more than the anime. In the manga, he took licks, Kenichi. He took licks after licks after licks after licks after licks. Always bandaged up by his masters, and eventually like he got to that point where he was strong enough to take their training and their lessons on board without being damaged. So like in that sense, you just take a resilient standpoint from it, from my own self and my training. Like when I used to get injured, I used to think, right, cool, I'll go and watch this. Like, cool, that's the mentality that I need to have. Just because I got a setback don't mean I need to just be down in the dumps about it. I'll go again. You know what I mean? And then so for me, that was one of the animes that I took from a training point of view, from a life point of view. One thing that stuck with me, maybe not like one of the earliest lessons, but a recent one was Vinland Saga. Just because
fourth
thing just went through it, bro. He went through it. And he went through it, like for real. Man lost his whole family. Like the guy that abducted him, you end up looking up to him just to let me not spoil it, but you know what I mean? But he went through a lot, and that was just the whole resilience. I'm thinking around the time I was watching that was when my nan passed. So for me, I was also in a dark place, but it was like, cool, you could take lessons from it. Even though it's fictional, you can take lessons from it and be like, right, cool. If I put myself in that position, how would I react to it? just like my man's dealt with it. He's still going through his life. Like he's going through the phases. He's doing it. So as long as you can bounce back from a setback, whether it's emotional or physical, then you know what I mean. You'll be good. You just got to keep that strong mind.
Before we even change, I think what you said about Vinland's a good one because even like the last season that they showed is very long played out. Without any spoilers though, it kind of shows that you have to go through a different sort of transition in life, to get through the other end. So that's a good one you said there still.
Do you know what as well, yeah? Talking about that last season, yeah?
Have you watched it yet?
He's saying that because I was slagging it off. Yeah, absolutely. I was like, bro, I didn't come to watch Farming.
That's typical.
It threw me off.
I come for some Viking.
Yeah,
I did feel that. You know what's going on here?
Yeah. But he was trying to tell me, he was like, watch it. Watch it.
Ending rounds off.
I'll be honest, that was powerful. That was absolutely you have to. It's one of those ones where it's a slow burn and
season 2 is very slow.
For me, obviously, as a creator myself and somebody that's trying to put myself into that same position, yeah, I see that I'm like, that was a bold move to even think because again, to think that you gave your fans such heat
in the first season.
It was
and
beautiful.
then to dial back all of that heat, and then to build it up over what, 12 episodes?
Yeah.
Was it 12 episodes or
right.
something like that? Yeah, something like that.
Long.
To build that back up and to only really get the understanding on the last episode. Ooh.
The last episode, everything clicked.
and it clicked so well that it was powerful. But I just
Sounds like good story writing.
No, it was very
It's
good
beautiful.
story writing.
But you can only do that if your first season is good.
It was
It's so true.
But you need something to hold them for them to think, you know what they say.
But again,
just about hold
it
me.
was such a risk that it nearly didn't hold me.
Just about hold me.
It was such a risk.
Every commercial is like, okay, more crops.
Yeah.
Okay, more crops.
More logs and
Yeah,
trees.
There was always implementing something else, like even if it's new characters that are around his proximity that you could realise, all right, there's going to be something here, there's going to be some problems here and stuff like that. But
For me,
I'm with you, man.
It was the crops and the violation, like seeing your guy that can smoke anyone.
He took too much.
Get violated like that. No, I know it was he humbled himself, yeah. And I think that's also another good lesson to learn.
The block bully to the victim in one season. He went from the guy that used to tax everyone to the guy that got taxed every time.
That wasn't a healthy balance.
But it's because he knew though. So you can take his kindness for weakness, but he's not weak.
Yeah.
He knows that.
So my free was like my what was the ones that I had now? Oh, you made me gone out of my mind now. Hajime no Ippo.
Yeah.
Yes. For obvious reasons. And I think for me, Hajime no Ippo was like, who's his, what's the name of his rival that was in the beginning?
You know.
It begins with an M. It begins with an M.
Fight you always want to see happen.
Yeah, it begins with an M. Is it Mikkel? Mikai?
Come on, bro. You know.
Miko? No?
I can't remember. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Anyway, yeah.
We were talking about the older guy or his rival.
No. So you know his first
Basically the
sparring.
first one.
You know his first sparring session that he got dropped a few times.
Ichiro or something like that. The guy with the black
we're gonna have to come back for that one. Yeah,
It was
but
like Sasuke then, no?
nah, definitely was. So I remember that I started watching that during my boxing journey, and
Same.
I had that hard sparring session. Miyata, yeah, that's it. I think so. I think so. Yeah.
That's what's the anime archive.
Nah, listen. You know what it is as well? Someone on here has got to be good with the names because I'm definitely not. Yeah. So I had that hard sparring session with a guy, and I remember it and it's like, you know, when you take that, I actually fractured my ribs in a sparring session. And you know when you're like, you know, there's something wrong in it, yeah. But you just have to just be like, keep going. Yeah. Just let that adrenaline kick over. And I just had that thing playing in my head, like that first sparring session playing in my head during that situation, and just was like, just keep getting up, just keep going. Anyway, it was weird because when I looked back at it, I was smoking Donny, but in my head I was losing. Yeah. And so that was one. Full Metal Alchemist as well, like for me, is one that really, really showcases brotherhood. Like obviously, for me, I'm from a family of 8 boys, and having obviously 2 of them are here now.
Before you go on as well, if you're watching Full Metal Alchemist, watch Brotherhood.
Yes.
Just making that clear before we go on. If you watch Full Metal Alchemist, watch Brotherhood.
We're gonna have to touch on as well the fact that like when you watch stuff from Netflix, you got to make sure that that's where it starts, because Netflix takes a lot of animes and don't start it from the beginning, like Baki. Yeah. So
even One Piece.
Yeah.
They can't upload a
One Piece has started from.
They can't do that.
One Piece has started from the samurai. No.
What's that? Sorry.
One Piece has started on Netflix. One Piece has started from
Wano Kuni or Egghead.
Egghead. It started from Egghead.
Yeah, Egghead.
Whoa.
But yeah, so
crazy to start from.
Well, there's so many episodes, bro. They can't.
Bro, it's episode 1,000.
Bro, they can't upload 1,000
They
episodes.
can. Do you know what you do? You just don't upload it.
No,
You're
but
not going to put it there. Don't upload it.
No, but do you know what it is though? It's like that whole situation where like other people have the rights to it. That's what the argument's going to be. It's not that they don't want to or they can't. Like, do you get me? Like, it's Netflix we're talking about, bro. That's like when somebody would do that in a week.
They got the piece. They could pay that off. They don't want to do it.
Whoever's got it, whoever's got the rights for it, they got it on lock. Yeah. Remember, you lot have seen the dramas that's been going on with Marvel. Yeah. Like
I just think it's the volume.
Well, One Piece, they're talking about reanimating it from the start, though, isn't it?
Yeah, with Netflix.
There's no dub as well, bro, for
all of them.
For years.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter though. That doesn't matter.
No, but remember, everything on Netflix has a sub and a dub. Only One Piece has no dub.
Again,
it has dub up to a certain point.
Again, for the following that One Piece has
300 or 400
One Piece
after after Arlong Park.
Yeah,
that's it. After that, it's done.
Anyway, let me get back to the point. So for me, Full Metal Alchemist with the brotherhood thing, having so many brothers, seeing like, you know, some of your brothers as well. Like when you got so many brothers, like what I have, you can see a lot lose their way. And it's like, you know, with that, it was always about getting that brother back. Do you get me? It was always about like that brother would be taken off his path or taken and you'd have to go get that brother back. Like, do you get me? And I feel like I've experienced that a few times. And
sometimes I just lost.
Lastly, what was my...
Indirect and brothers, man.
Gonna come across the shorts and think, hold on a minute. What, Jones?
For those that don't know, there are 3 brothers here, so it's like you gotta either rule out these 3 or try and carry the other 4.
If the shoe fits, it fits.
That's it. So there was my third one. My third one's gone out of my head. I'm gonna leave it at 2.
I think everyone did.
Was it 2?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Whatever. Let's start running it back with new anime that's in the new Stimmel cast right now. So, Lazarus.
Ooh, stop for 1 second. What's the Stimmel cast? Explain that to the people.
Okay, cool. All right, sweet.
Seasonal, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's a seasonal thing. So basically, in anime, we have a thing called Stimulcast, right? And a Stimulcast basically is what's new out for the season. So like normally a Stimulcast will last, what, like 3 months?
Like a season.
It's quarterly.
Yeah, so a season.
Effectively a season, yeah.
It depends on it, because some if a season's 12 episodes, then most Stimulcasts will last for 3 months, right?
The way I see it, it's like actual seasons.
Yeah.
Normally they cover across that, maybe a little bit shorter, but yeah.
And I believe they air within 24 hours. So if it's airing in Japan, it should be everywhere within 24 hours.
Understood.
That's a simulcast.
Understood. So we're going to start off with Lazarus. Lazarus is obviously by the creator Cowboy Bebop.
And the choreographers of John Wick.
I didn't even know that.
Choreographer from John Wick.
Yeah, that's proof. Yeah.
I didn't know
learn something.
That's why I'm locked in.
I didn't know either, in fact.
Yeah.
I could definitely see the correlation in the art style.
Oh, what, you didn't know Lazarus was Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah. I'm enjoying
the art style's exactly the same.
Yeah, but they're different artists.
They're different artists, but you're talking
very
about...
similar.
They're different prominent artists. So, like, they're not the same style.
Yeah, but the MC's kind of... You know what I mean? There's similarities.
What
but
would you
they've
call
taken
that?
the Cowboy Bebop art style and they've just remade
100%.
new...
Yeah, man.
Excuse Cowboy Bebop.
I don't think it's the Cowboy Bebop art style.
You're mad.
No.
You're mad.
I get what Chris is saying in terms of they're not
Listen, I watch Cowboy Bebop.
It's not
annually.
There's similarities
Annually,
though.
bro.
It's very similar.
Is there similarities between Spike and?
Can I just say, yeah, like when it comes to what we're seeing here, we're talking about Mappa versus. Do you know who the studio was for Cowboy Bebop?
Oh, it's Map. I don't know. Cowboy Bebop. I don't know.
But what tends to happen is that it's a lot to do with the lineup, right? So it will be like the brushes that they're using for the lineup is slightly different. So that's where you're probably seeing the discrepancy between the Cowboy Bebop art style. And then again, artists have different accents within their brushstroke. So it's probably like, it could be that whoever's doing the lineup for this new Cowboy Bebop, for this new Lazarus, they've got different pressure points so it just probably feels a little bit different, which is, it's not a bad thing. But in terms of like color palette, pretty much similar.
I agree.
Art style, character style.
Even the main character. It's Cowboy Bebop,
that's what I'm saying.
basically.
Character style, like you can literally throw any character.
Even the
from-
music that they sort
from
of
this
use as well.
into
Yeah, the
Cowboy
music
Bebop
as well,
and
the
they would
soundtrack.
blend.
The soundtrack. The soundtrack's sick.
But that's what my man specializes.
I feel like even the relationships that the characters have between each other, it's like they start to get closer, but at the same time, they're nobodies to each other.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing in Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
And we're talking about like scatty MC
Yeah.
like, you can't hold him down. He's here, there, everywhere. Like,
They're so
on his
close.
own
They're so close to reaching their goal, but yet so far at the same time.
Yeah.
Constantly missing the mark.
What are we?
So I'm not sure if anyone else has seen it, which is new. It's called Blade of the Demon Hunter.
Yeah, I've watched
But
that.
wait.
Before, still on Lazarus,
I wanna.
though.
Yeah.
We're still on Lazarus.
Let's run that. Let's run that. What are we rating it? What are we rating it?
6.5.
It's early doors.
There's only been like 4 or 5 episodes. So
Yes,
right now, I'll give it
does.
like a 7. Because it's good, but it has a lot more that it can give.
Okay.
So I can see the potential, but right now where the story's just started, I can see where it's going. But yeah, for me, right now it's like 7.
I'll give it a 7.5. Just because I like the concept, I like the fact that they've got, like a scientist has kind of made a curable drug and he's kind of lied to everyone, which what Big Pharma do, they lie to everyone.
Yeah, it's quite relevant to today's story.
That's something that could actually happen in this world, the way that I see it.
Definitely.
Yeah, I kind of like the concept. I like the art, of course. And yeah, so I'll give it a 7.5 for now.
Fair. I think for me, it's not far off. I do definitely like the concept of, obviously, doctor, pharmaceutical company, selling to everyone. I thought it was quite interesting and I don't want to give no spoilers, but actually it's a light one because ideally, if you're underage, you weren't meant to take it. But the whole premise of it is if you've taken the drug, then you're going to die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was thinking about the doctor, man, who's obviously put that in place because ideally it's sort of still showing that he never actually went to kill everyone because he didn't really want the kids to be taking it, but they took it as like a getaway type drug, innit? But yeah, I'll definitely put it around like a 7.
Do you guys feel like it has any relation to COVID?
That's a good question.
Come at a
There
time
are
when
slight correlations.
Jabs.
There's
What, you mean the same
slight
thing in
correlations. I will say there's definitely a correlation there. Definitely.
It's a monkeypox.
One thing I was
man.
going to say though that sort of threw me when I first started watching it was what like no sub. It was all like, I could only find dubs. I don't know about the rest of you lot, but I could only find
I
dub.
was watching it.
It's
subbed.
fine. The dub is
I
good.
thought you was the dub done
Yeah,
though. The dub's good enough though. I thought you was the dub done
Who's
though.
off camera talking right now?
Wait. I thought you was the dub done though.
Oh wait, he's gonna pop up. They're gonna know.
I can't watch nothing.
That's what I mean. I thought you was the dub done though.
He wants to pick our next one.
But yeah, I said that Blade the Demon Hunter.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen this one.
I told you about
It's
this.
an hour long.
Yes.
But I haven't
Okay.
watched it,
So-
and
so
I've
that's
heard
good.
good news about
the
this.
first episode's an hour long, which
Yeah.
is great.
I didn't even notice
So-
that.
I heard it was a superb opening.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing. So
I didn't even notice it.
Have you watched? You haven't watched? Okay, cool.
So see if I any spoilers. The concept of it is this guy's samurai.
Are you gonna?
So this guy's samurai becomes a Ronin, yeah? And then basically the premise of it is he goes and hunts demons, and every demon that
I
he
feel like you're
kills...
spoiling, right?
No, but every demon
he's
that he
not really.
kills...
He's not.
No.
Okay, cool.
He's giving
So-
a synopsis.
So basically he's a demon hunter, but the premise of it is every demon that he kills, he take their powers.
Chris said, I don't want no information.
The time you telling me about the demon.
No, but that's the thing. So basically, see what he does is he basically just stacks demons' powers. So every demon he kills, he gets part of their power.
So like Jin Woo.
Yeah, don't say no more after that. That's it. Don't say no more after that.
No, it's not, Chris. It's not. Because you missed out a massive chunk of something that happened.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not going to say what happened, but there's a big thing.
What I'm hearing is...
I'm just going to say I'm sorry for everybody, yeah? I'm so sorry, yeah? He's a... Oh, man.
That's the synopsis.
I think you done well. I'm not going to lie. I think you done well.
If I watch this next episode, I'm going to tell you guys, yeah, how
No, because you will see what he's missed out, what he hasn't said.
I
And it's
missed
actually
out
a big
major
thing.
parts, bro.
All right, cool.
I literally gave you the synopsis that you read.
You could just never be too sure with you, like.
It happens, doesn't it?
Nah, we don't want you.
You're right. For the viewers back at home, you can never be too sure about this one and this one here.
Nah, I've calmed down.
Yeah.
I think you should have ended on just watch it, guys.
No, it's not enough. It's not enough.
That's not enough. Someone won't say the word for it.
Yeah,
No, and it's actually
not
decent.
enough.
Cool.
Little bit-
So
little
what's
bit
that? Blade
soft,
of the
but-
Demon Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's that available on?
All your illegal
See,
sites.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's always on my dodgy site. I watch on my dodgy site. It's not on Crunchyroll.
No illegal sites. What?
Well, it should be on Crunchyroll, but it's not.
It's not on
No,
Crunchyroll.
it's not. It's the legal site. I think it's like Hive something. It's like it's available on Amazon Prime Video. And
So
you
it's on
have to
Prime?
subscribe to this Hive platform.
Oh shit.
So this is the next thing, yeah. This is the next thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
They make anime so inaccessible.
Right, it's all over the place.
So inaccessible.
But like, are you guys? If there is no sites that we can go watch it on, yeah. Let's just say there was none. Are you guys? Would you subscribe to Hive to watch that?
There's too many different platforms to be subscribing to each of them.
See, the anime itself is very good. And if I didn't have as many subscriptions as I do, then I would. But at this present moment, I wouldn't.
Are we mad? So obviously, because we had
Because I pay for
Funimation and Crunchyroll fused
Combined.
together. That was the best thing that could happen,
Yeah.
Because I was not subscribing to Funimation as well, yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
okay,
Crunchyroll
cool.
was asked back there.
Right. So we've at least got Crunchyroll on some unison thing. Now we got Netflix and Disney. Are we cool with that? Is that okay, or are they?
It's not enough.
So even with that, it's like, bro,
Not enough.
even like
I'll be real, it's not enough.
that you said with there's so
Not,
many
bro, it's
animes
not.
that come
I watch
out
anime every
that
day.
are strictly on Disney. And like,
Yeah, like,
good
I
anime.
wish
Disney.
Disney stayed out of it.
Yeah, Disney's got a little few of them now as well.
I wish Disney stayed out of
Everyone's
it.
jumping on the wave though, innit? It's just what it is.
Yeah, no.
But is it like because obviously
I need to find the anime as well. It's cool. It's on Disney as well, man. It's actually proper good.
I'm not going to
some
subscribe
part
to
of me
everything.
feels like it's like the Kardashians getting cane roll. Like
Huh?
some part of me feels like cultural appropriation. Like I was just like, why can you not just
They're
leave it
jumping on the
alone?
wave. That's what it is.
But I just think I don't know. Like I'm cool with Netflix, yeah. Because I feel like
I'm not
Netflix.
cool with Netflix. I've got beef with Netflix, man.
Nah, man. they've got a decent amount.
Wait, I actually want to hear. Why have you got beef with
Because
bro?
Netflix,
They're doing too much dub.
they just jumped on the
so
wave.
they're
Now
cold, man.
the anime's actually got world popularity. You know what I mean? But there was an avenue for them to do it years ago, and they didn't.
Stress me.
And like, for example, the fact they've added One Piece and they've only got it from like episode 1100 and something.
So I do
What the hell is
think
that, bro?
I do think that that's a problem on the basis that we have
That's it.
a lot of like I get mad when I'm talking to somebody and they're like, I watch anime. I've watched Baki. I'm like, bro, you ain't watched Baki, bro.
Especially when you know they've
Yeah,
watched
exactly,
it from Netflix.
man.
as well.
Yeah,
If
nah,
you didn't watch Baki,
For me,
the
yeah.
grappler, if you didn't watch
Yeah,
Baki,
Baki the
Trust
Grappler.
me.
You miss so much.
Personally, if you watch Netflix, if you watch anime on Netflix, yeah, then like you've just scratched the surface. That's the way that I see it.
And you talk about more
That's the way that I
platforms.
see it.
Even another one that I said I've been watching on Amazon Prime. It's called Ubo Black.
Ubel
Ubel
Black.
Black.
I remember I
Just
watched that a while ago,
Pop
but
up for the people at home.
I think I dropped it.
Yeah. Pop out for me as well.
Yeah, for me.
Remind me what that's
Yeah,
about.
so Ubo Black is basically like I describe it as like kind of like Lord of the Rings kind of settings. It's like this elf that's basically he's immortal in one sense, where he's lived for a long time, and the people that he knows or he's been around, obviously they've gone away. He's popped back out of nowhere like centuries later, and there's like a massive war going on.
I know
But-
it's spoiler alert. So
No, it's not a spoiler. I'm saying, but yeah, just putting out like the action in it is top tier.
And wait, spell this one out because
EUBELBLATT.
Chris, run that one up.
I think another one that I feel like, obviously, to jump back to your Netflix war there, I think one that they put on recently called Moonrise is actually quite decent still.
I like Moonrise.
I think it's very decent.
Yeah.
Moonrise is another one of them ones where, like, if you're new to anime, that's a decent.
Very light.
It's got a good amount of action. It's got a good amount of story.
I thought the story's the main thing. The story
Unravels
is
Yeah, the
nicely
story's
as
deep.
well.
The story's deep. The story's pretty deep. And for me, I do think that you're seeing a lot more from the storylines that are being told on Netflix. That there's a slight difference between storytelling that's on
Crunchyroll.
Personally, right now, what I see on Crunchyroll is I see a lot of slop.
It's a cast.
Especially with their production.
There's a lot of slop on Crunchyroll right now, sadly. I feel like Crunchyroll have done...
Slop works though.
I hate that.
Slop works, man, because sometimes you just want an easy watch. And that's
I don't ever want to eat.
I want a good watch.
What?
I want a good watch.
Sometimes I'm not trying to lock in. I'm just trying to just sit there, enjoy my thing and just watch.
He's just saying there, he's saying Issachar overload. And to go onto something...
Everything's
Isekai. I'll be real, I don't like that.
Everything's Isekai.
And one that's like that, that's come out new, obviously a lot of people probably enjoy it, but not for me, especially the way it's animated, not for me, but TBATE. So I'm gonna say the whole, what's it proper called? Yeah, man.
The beginning
after
the end.
I think
After that, and that's it.
I just feel like that whole story of being reincarnated in a world that's not built up is so played out. Why am I in medieval times? They've showed my man is meant to be like what King Arthur, futuristic. That was sounding good to me. And then literally he's dead and he's
The big debate right now about TBATE as well is that there's a big disparity between the manga and what the animators have done. Webtoon. Sorry,
Everybody's upset about
I think you got to kind of accept that though. In this day and age, they're never going to do the story properly. They just want to make peas. So it's got about finding that balance.
That's Crunchyroll.
But this is my thing, right? You've got a whole community behind that story. Why change it? Because the community wants to see that.
Because it's quicker and easier to make money as well by doing it that way. And the people will still get what they want to an extent.
But they don't.
And they don't really, but at the same time, they're still getting a bit, and it's enough.
A lot of them are going to still watch
Apart from the purists.
So if we're talking about isekais, one that gets a blight every time is Time I Got Reincarnated as a slime.
Yeah, I can give that a black. That's
the only
Why does that
one.
get a blood though?
I just say.
Do you know what it is?
I enjoy it. I just want to know why it gets a blood.
Do you know what it is? I feel like that the whole concept behind the Time I Got Reincarnated as a slime, one, we've had a good amount of episodes in that as well. Mm-hmm. We've had a lot of world building within that.
Everything,
Character building. I feel like we've seen the hero do the whole solo leveling thing where he's had to level up. He's gone from his days where he ain't worth nothing and he's had to level up. And what I like the idea that he didn't just become sick and he was himself. He built up a whole city.
Yeah.
I was saying if I watch that.
And another one, would you class it Isekai? Log Horizon.
No, because he doesn't die. They don't die. It's Log on Horizon's like a game, right? It's like a kind of like a Sword Art Online kind of vibe,
It's like Shangri-La Frontier in it kind of.
Shangri-La Frontier.
Shangri-La Frontier.
Beautiful. Top tier.
Shangri-La Frontier.
Shout out Shangri-La, man.
Shangri-La don't get the props that it deserves.
It doesn't.
I feel like
Because solo leveling and
It's Chinese.
nice.
It's not
Chinese.
Chinese.
It's Japanese.
No.
You sure?
Yeah, 100%.
It's just because.
I'm going to do my research.
I read the manga as well. Read the manga as well.
We're going to the VR.
No, I read the manga as well. It's guaranteed Japanese.
Go.
Huh?
Supercube.
Yes.
You watched
You watched any episode?
Chinese.
Are you on the
See the
fence?
Chinese thing, yeah.
I feel like I've got
the animation, the fight
I've yet to
sequences.
dive into it. It looks good.
The Chinese thing, they go 3D too often, man. I can't rate it.
I was literally going to say, I think I've got an unpopular opinion. I like what's going on,
Is it 3D?
but the art style to me...
Wait. One at a time.
Sorry.
Someone lock it.
Before you continue, bro, is it 2D or 3D?
2D.
Like, but not like weird 2D.
No, it's proper. It's like as much anime. Like,
There's another one
episode
that's
2 fight sequence is basic.
What are you trying to say?
Art style to me just seems a bit flat.
What,
I don't
3D?
know, man.
There's
I feel like there's
2D,
not enough
it's 2D,
shadowing or
it's 2D.
something seems like it's missing to me. Don't
If
get
it's
me
2D,
wrong.
I can watch it.
That's
The fight scenes seem cool.
Some of Lazarus, to be fair.
So what part of Lazarus you feel like it's a bit flat sometimes, yeah?
The stills. The animation where he's doing all his parkour and all that is fantastic.
When he broke out of
but
jail.
when you get the stills, like there's not much happening. It looks like they hired a bunch of kids to draw that scene. And I was like,
I think
honestly,
I think this is a situation that's happening in anime where they're like, let's throw all the budget behind the action. And because again, like what happens now in these studios is that a lot of the time they'll have the main core team work on the action, and then they'll hire out somebody else, like external teams that are working remotely, in order to do the other parts of the thing that might be like less impactful. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And within that, what can happen is that certain people can't draw the characters exactly like how they're intended, or there's going to be little discrepancies within there. Little quality level drops, yeah, and that happens a lot in One Piece. That's why I think that's why One Piece had to dial it back for a little bit and take a break.
If it's because, right? If it's because they're trying to pay these animators more, so they hire less of them. That's cool. I'm down. If they're paying animators more, so they can only hire less, that's cool. If that is the reason, if that's the new standard, then cool. If everything else we've seen before is just like a complete exaggeration, it's like it's not sustainable, then I understand.
I personally think that it's like a situation where, like, frame by frame, what we're talking about now is that so many people that the animators are focused on the impact frames.
I'm about to say it to you. With One Piece is the perfect example of impact frames. They do it perfectly.
I'm personally, I don't think that One Piece do the impact frames well. It's just a situation where they've done the impact frames with some gassy little moments in there, so that.
I'm talking about last episode.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, but you're talking. So you're, but you're talking recent, which is updated.
Yeah, Egghead.
That's after the pause.
What they've done,
that's after the pause. Like you said, he dialed it back.
But they've had to dial it back. So One Piece has probably got a bigger team, like on it, which is cool.
That's what happened to Lazarus, because One Piece has them. One Piece has got everybody on there.
But what? No, but.
That's enough anime madness. Nothing else matters.
Nah.
Before they stopped though, the One Piece impact frames, when it came to Garp and
Kobe.
Remind me his name. No,
Kobe
too, but when he was fighting...
Kizaru.
Yeah, my bro. There's literally impact frames of them like dabbing each other up.
But again, as I said, like the impact frames are dope, yeah. But again, the focus is on that solely. So it's like all the other bits put together now. We're just seeing streams of light. Like that's what they're gassing everybody on, is streams of light.
Yeah.
If you actually look at it now, yeah, you can actually go see the same situation from a Stickman fight on YouTube.
That was done.
Yeah. That's an extreme. That's an extreme.
No, it's not, bro. It's not, bro.
You're pushing.
Take a t-shirt off. Take a t-shirt off.
Don't get twisted. I love my guys. Yeah, I love my guys. But fact is fact, yeah. Like if you're slacking on a certain situation to not have more going on, come on, man. Like qualities, like again.
Quality is amazing right now.
No, but I'm talking about pride.
He's talking about the last episode where Garp had a fight with my man, and that was the last episode before they had a break. So
even Wano arc was rude. Wano arc was rude.
Listen,
like Wano arc was like, let's just throw all the lights in. Let's throw all the lights in. Stream.
No, because King versus Zoro was top 10.
Yeah. He's right.
Come on, take
it off.
All his tats are lighting up. All his tats are lighting up.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Streams.
About King versus Zoro is one of the best anime fight sequences.
Again, yeah, we're talking about scenes where like you see Zoro in himself for my point is this. If we break down those frames, and it would just be nice, like you see, like there's that Studio Ghibli frame where like there's a bunch of people walking in a street, in a busy street, and it took like a year for them. It took a year for them to.
Seriously,
you're probably right. No.
I thought it was a year.
Paraphrasing.
Yeah. A year for like a 15
15 seconds. Not even 15 seconds.
It might have been even less, bro. But it's like a scene where, like, let's just say now,
A full town
was like walking, and like
so
everybody's bumping shoulders, like it's proper busy.
Yeah.
Imagine you're walking through like a market, and everybody's bumping shoulders. Yeah, the whole frame by frame was redrawn from scratch. Yeah,
That's what I expect Studio Ghibli, man.
My thing is this. I'm not saying it needs to be like that, but I'm just saying that I think that sometimes it would be nice to see that we're getting a little bit more time spent on certain things so that the quality is.
You forget though, the demand on these animes is crazy.
Do you know, I agree with you as well, because a lot of animes you watch where they say when it's like 2, maybe 3, 4 characters max, the animation is perfect. Then when it's gone to like a group, it's just straight CGI. Like it just changes drastically. Like you look at it like, this is not the same anime I'm watching. And it will just change back. Just said the animated, it's like they use CGI to get away with so much these days.
100%.
And they don't use it properly either.
100%. And you're saying that the demand for the anime, but in reality, if you actually look at it, if you look at like what we're gonna wait till 2027 for Solo Leveling, yeah, they're gonna do the exact same thing. But they've got time. They've got time, but they're gonna rush the production. Like, and then I'm gonna say there's one more other conspiracy theory that I am saying, yeah, that we're also, I feel like there's gotta be something going on where they're not trying to show us the hard times that most of our guys are going through. Yeah. Like in the sense where like none of Jinwoo's training arc was really put in. Like it was just straight like dungeon beef, beef, big boss beef. We didn't see none of the real come up for Jinwoo. Like,
you know what I will say on that, yeah? I think this is because the rate in which anime has been produced has changed. So like in this day and age, we just got seasons. So it's always 12 episodes or push 24 episodes.
8 for lucky.
Or 8, yeah. Season. Then they stop for like 6 months or a couple of years. Then back day, we used to watch Naruto, Bleach, One Piece. There was an episode every week. And it was coming out without fail, whether it's a filler or main story. You know the episode's coming out.
You didn't know if it was a filler.
Stop producing the slop and start giving us the real shit.
Saying that, have you noticed there's no fillers?
Yeah, but there's not. Yeah, because
how can you can't put fillers now?
No, but this is what I'm saying. No.
I fuck with the fillers, man.
No, listen.
I fuck with the fillers.
Wanna go to the beach?
Bro, I don't want a little filler, bro.
The beach to do what, bruv?
I'd rather a filler than just not watch it.
You also get a driving license.
I'd rather a filler than not watch it at all.
No, but these fillers gave them time to actually produce quality.
Hear him.
Well, they did that.
These fillers gave them time to produce quality.
But see it.
So you might have had 4 episodes where it was just filler. But then they had time to produce the quality.
But that doesn't make sense because you're giving us 12 episodes and taking a year break.
But that's what I mean. But it wasn't like that before.
Yeah, but I'm saying that, so cool. So we've changed it now. Now we're doing seasons. What's the excuse now? Because mandem were giving us quality week after week.
No, but one thing I will say, Joe, because obviously you read like a lot of manga. And one thing, someone that reads manga, the anime 9 times out of 10 is never as good. You just have to accept it.
Yeah.
Like if you read the manga, you just have to know not...
Very seldom does it match up.
Can I just say though? It feels like we're going backwards on the basis that you never had this issue with Bleach, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z. It wasn't streams of light. It was real shit. You saw the fight scene.
Yeah.
You actually got to see frame for frame the beef, yeah. You might see Goku go from one part to the next part, yeah, but you saw
But that's the difference between anime in the early 2000s and now. Because, for example, the first season of Naruto was spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
Like, spectacular. Zabuza, flipping Gaara, the tournament, that's it. Rock Lee, Neji, that whole first season of Naruto was 10 out of 10.
The
Zabuza, yeah, that's the bro. That was a dope.
Training exams.
That's century. But then as it went on, it just got more mainstream and
that's what I'm saying.
To the grittiness out of it. To the grittiness out of it. Because
we're rushing.
That first season, when we first see Orochimaru, when in the forest, all of that. Like, the Naruto was dark.
It was.
Naruto was dark.
And this is my point, is that these studios are making millions off of these things, yeah? Like, run a couple more friggin', do you know how many artists out there that are not got a job right now?
Mm-hmm.
It's not because we're struggling with artists, it's because we're being greedy. that's the fact. Like, do you get me? We need to bring it back to be like, let's bring the quality. Because again, if there's certain, like, if the movies can do it and spend like time and put all of that, like, because as far as I'm concerned, it's got to take more to do a 3D production than in terms of cost and money. Like, do you get me? With 3D, you got somebody doing lighting, you got somebody doing composition, you got somebody doing one tiny part of a job, yeah? In anime, it's like, come on, bro. You got one person doing rigging, one person doing composition, one person...
What I need to say is, with anime, just leave live action alone, please.
I'll be real though. See what you just said there?
I want this hill.
Bro,
I want a true hill, fam.
No,
leave it live action.
Leave it, man. Leave it, man.
Let me tell you something.
I have not seen one live action where I've sat there
Watch this.
I used to be like that. I used to be.
I've not seen one.
No, man, let me just change your whole perspective here real quick. One that you lot probably even realise or wrapped your head around, yeah? Live action. Yeah. And this is off of manga. And a manga and anime that you lot didn't even know they did. Right, but Alice in Borderland, bro, came from a manga, bro.
Come on, everybody, we know that.
That's the best live action.
Gantz live action.
That was not good.
Oh, Gantz live action, yeah? Come on.
I ain't even seen that. I ain't even seen that. I read the whole manga. I read the whole manga. I haven't seen the live action.
You haven't seen the Gantz live action?
I haven't seen it.
It's fantastic.
Fact.
No, but is it really though?
Bro, don't sleep on it, bro.
I don't know.
His man was telling me. Is it really though? Is it really though?
I'm not sure.
You're not feeling One Piece live action, bro?
Man.
Like, seriously?
I'm not.
You're not feeling
I've not seen one live action praise where I'll sit there and be like, yo,
do you guys know?
hard.
You've seen Alice in Borderland?
Do you know? Wait, hold up.
You see School Games?
Hold on, too many. Dial it down.
Go on.
Do you know how many people, like non-anime people, the live action has got
Yeah, but
to
that
go
makes
and
sense,
watch
bro. That makes sense.
But that means that it must be.
It doesn't.
Must be
It
good.
doesn't. That doesn't. It doesn't. No, it doesn't. I'll tell you why. Because if you got purists there, that someone that knows the actual whole story and backstory of One Piece, bro, they're gonna see a live action. They're gonna want things to be as close to the manga as possible, and it never is. It never is.
Do you know what I had to do? What's the budget you're gonna need to get man looking like fish man?
Don't do it. Just leave it, bro.
Leave live action alone. Like Lazarus.
Don't ruin it. Just leave it.
Like Lazarus, I had to forget what I knew. With One Piece, I just had to be like, judge it on its own.
Yeah.
And it was good.
I want to judge it.
It was good. Not saying it was amazing.
I don't know, man.
I'm gonna drop it like this. I'm gonna drop it like this. Yeah. For me, One Piece live action was live on the basis that, like, I could actually sit there and watch that with my kids.
Same.
And
right.
And because of that, they now want to watch.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying, though.
That aspect is cool.
It was good for the culture.
That's
what so it's cool now, Jay.
And remember
that aspect. I'm
Wait. I ain't finished. As we know with everything, yeah. First season is always going to have the lowest budget because we have to test the waters first, right? So next season now, they're going to have a bigger budget.
That's
because
hope, though.
No, it's not hope, bro. It's fact. It's fact.
Yeah, but what are they going to do with the peas, though?
Bro, come on.
What are they going to do with the peas?
They're going to put more back in
CGI. They're going to spin it all on Smoker.
You know what I mean?
They're going to spin it all on
Smoker. Man's there with a cigar. Better CGI.
All on Smoker.
2 episodes, the budget's gone.
Whole season
budget's gone, fam.
One character.
Any logo use that enters the frame. It's peak.
Whole season
We're never making it to Ace. We're never making it.
Whole season 2, there's no Gummy.
I don't want to relive certain things. That's all I'll say in One Piece, man.
Bless ya.
Steven, man.
Bless ya. You can tell he's the youngest, didn't it?
He's dead, man. Just let it go, man.
Oh, come on.
Prime example of spoilers right there. Yeah, that's what happened to me. If you know, you know.
I didn't say who.
Back to the topic.
Watch episode 1.
I didn't say who, did I? It's just dead.
Back to the topic. I just personally think that live action, they never really do the anime any justice.
They don't.
They do a right job, but I don't think they can ever really do the anime that much justice. For you, I hear the aspects, like you got your kids watching it, then it gets them into the anime. I hear that, but for me, like, I'm not looking at that aspect of my kids. I don't have any kids. I'm looking at it as myself. Yeah. I grew up watching One Piece, so I want to see it as close as possible.
Listen.
And then read them subtitles.
Done the live action thing. We're going to come back to that another day, yeah?
Definitely, we're coming back to that one still.
Alright, GoGo Loser Ranger.
Yeah, I personally, before anyone speaks on it, I personally don't mind it. First off, you got to put it in a category. I feel like it is tier C. For me, I would say C+ once you actually understand the story. But yeah, man, right now season 2's just come out. I feel like it's unraveling nicely. Season 1 was a bit build up. It's a slow burner.
Slow. We need another word for slow. We need another word for slow.
How about it didn't start?
See me personally, so I dropped
It's C tier, bro.
I'm kind of biased. I just
What
like
would you
it.
expect? Yeah, I
I
like
just
it,
like
man.
it. I just like it. I don't know. Like I said, it's just not the best, but it's not.
Well, let's unpack this. Let's unpack this. What did you like?
The whole concept with the Power Rangers, but it's like literally just growing up with Power Rangers. It's animated Power Rangers. They've got the same.
But it's from the
weapons,
buddy's perspective.
Yeah, the weapons they combine together. It's literally from the other side. Like I said, yeah, it's not top tier 10 out of 10, but
It's not even B.
It is. I like it.
It's not a B tier.
It's maybe not for you.
It says C tier, to be fair.
C+.
C+.
C+, man.
No, you're buzzing. Unmarked. Listen, you're buzzing.
Unmarked.
You know, by the end, you was interested. He was, of course he was.
Wait.
Did he even let himself get there? I don't know.
That was a private conversation.
Look at Thank you, Max.
Oh wait.
Thank you. Oh, listen.
I was gonna. Don't get twisted. I
wasn't.
was gonna bring it back. I don't know. I do still, however, think that it's like, for me, I'm watching it and I'm like, why for that? Why did the studio spend money on that?
Yeah.
Why? Think about what we have, that we don't get animes for. We got an anime for.
Power Rangers.
The Power Rangers.
What, did you not grow up watching Power Rangers?
If we got an anime for Power Rangers, just the same way man got a let's say cartoon series of like the Turtles or something like that, cool. But we're talking about GoGo Loser Rangers. We're talking about a parody.
It's a spin from the party's perspective. Man,
So
they get
the
punched
Power
up on a
Rangers are
daily,
bad.
bro.
The Power Rangers
It's a
are bad,
parody,
yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Power Rangers are evil right now.
I get it, bro. It's
I
like,
forget
it's
dealt
like
with.
the boys, I get it,
Yeah.
But why for that?
Why?
Why for that?
But
Like
why?
this whole, the vibe where they just keep dying and coming back. Like, it's like, bro, it's so...
Like why about that?
Nah, it's like,
Nah,
why?
He's got a different why from what we know. It's not the mandem's why, bro.
Not that why. He said why isn't why.
Why? Like...
Don't know the other
How
why,
did you
then don't
come
worry.
back for episode 2?
Yeah.
I got to episode 1 and I thought,
This is the thing. From the first episode, how do you get... Because obviously, how many episodes in the first season, in the first part? Because it's still season 1.
12.
So 12, I genuinely only watched it on the basis that we was covering it on the podcast, I would have never got to episode 12 if my man didn't tell me to watch it. Like, that's a fact now. So I'm like, cool, you man liked it, but then there's so much anime to watch. How did we get to that moment where it's like, bro, how did you get to episode 12? Without cutting that.
I can't lie, I think the quarterly anime at the moment is quite dry.
Yeah.
Right
now, it's a little bit
They
dry.
brought out so much, my bro.
Bro,
I think it's a little bit dry, bro.
what are you watching right now?
He's just
Wait.
on
I'm talking
Crunchyroll.
in general.
But wait, what are you watching right now?
Lazarus. Devil May Cry.
No,
Yeah.
wait.
No, he said 2 there. Lazarus, Devil May Cry.
Cool.
Obviously One Piece. Obviously the big boys have finished. So what's the one that you said earlier?
Moonrise.
The devil team with the arm.
Blade the Demon Hunter.
That's the thing. Yeah, watching that as well. Trying to think.
And I don't know if obviously
Are
people
you
watched it.
watching the Super Cube?
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh,
That's
right,
a Chinese thing, isn't it?
And
Yeah,
see, back in the day,
Oh, wait. I just want to get focused on this.
If it's 3D, these man told me it's not.
Yeah, that's not 3D.
I write off the Chinese thing because majority is 3D. Even though I read a lot of manhwa.
Super Q's not. Yeah, Super
Oh, manhwa, sorry. I read a lot of the Chinese comics. I read a lot of that, but the anime adaptation is never the same.
Fair. No, I
What about
understand
that fire one?
Fire
Force.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Come back season 2.
Man like Shimra.
What else is there?
Season 3, sorry. Is it season 3 or season...
Five Wolves is
Is
good.
it season 3 or season 2?
3 is out.
Season 3, yeah.
No, Five Wolves is good. Five Wolves is good. I
He
like
said
Five Wolves.
buck. What's the buck?
Too much fan service.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah,
You're
no,
not
there is
wrong.
a lot.
You're
So
not
see, back in the day,
And I think it just moved a little bit slower than what I would have liked it. Because I've read the whole of Five Wolves manga.
Okay.
Finished it.
Understood.
So
and Chris, you've probably seen this one back in the day as well. Flipping Black Butler. They brought a new season for that.
Yes. Yeah, they did.
They brought a new season.
Yes, they did.
They brought a new season back for that as well.
Is Black Butler? What is Black Butler about?
So
it's not about Black Butler.
No, it's not. So
it's not black in that team.
The butler's not black. The butler's not black. Yeah, he's not black. He's not black.
He's not the help.
So basically, what it is there's some kid. He's from a proper like posh family. They live in a castle. Obviously, synopsis: his mum and dad die, and he's in a fire. As he's dying, he basically gets given an option by the devil to be revived or to die. He chooses obviously to be revived. When he's revived, he gets a butler, which is basically a demon, and the butler basically protects him.
So it's Isekai.
No, it's not even Isekai. It's Isekai.
Oh.
Yeah, no, he's
the same world, I guess, isn't it? So,
the same way they say, Isekai is a different world, yeah. So his butler's basically a demon, just protects him, but yeah, smoke.
Cool, man.
So, alright, cool. So Black Butlers, what's that? What season is that on now?
5.
Hold on, so you think the quarter right now of anime right now is good?
There's enough for me to watch.
Wait.
I don't
think it's good.
Do you know what I'm enjoying?
You ain't seen Devil May Cry. You ain't seen Lazarus.
Yeah, but I've seen Lazarus.
Are you watching
Moonrise?
I haven't seen Moonrise.
Yeah.
Rurouni Kenshin.
Yeah, but we've already seen that, bro.
No, but the remake's done so good.
Yeah, but the remake's never better than the
so
original.
well.
It's better.
It's better. JR, let's be real now.
Not gonna lie.
OVA, which
Really?
was phenomenal.
The remake is better than the original. Is that what you want to say?
No. I haven't watched the remake yet, but the OVA back in the day, it was on video, came out on cassette, came a 3-part movie.
I'm a bit skeptical.
Beautiful.
JR's really dying on the hill today.
Listen, you man are telling me that One Piece live action is good and that.
I never said that.
You know when?
You've told me before, though. You don't mind that.
I'm a bit skeptical now, innit?
You lost faith in us
It's not
on the live
good.
action.
It's all right. It's all right.
But this is why,
That's
though.
all right. It's not good.
But this is why, briefly, I'm not going to stay on it, but this is why I said, bro,
I came to the wrong
look
podcast.
at Alice in Borderland, because, bro, genuinely, everybody says that done way better than the manga.
I'll watch that.
And animation.
I'll actually watch that.
One off.
Please watch Gantz.
I'll watch that. And then I'll come back and I'll tell you, man.
And the thing with Alice in Borderland, there was no anime to compare it to.
There was, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. Twang your head.
Well, I've never seen that. Everybody's saying, bro.
Everybody's saying.
Even smoked it.
If you've watched it, man are saying, bro, you know what? It's way better than the anime and it's way better than the manga. How can they make a live action make you think, oh my days, there weren't even no point in me even watching the animation or reading the manga. Because mainly the animation, the manga still...
No, can I just say... chance, bro. I'm going to watch that, innit?
Can I just say...
But it doesn't mean One Piece is good, though.
Alice in Borderland.
It does not.
Is another like Cowboy Bebop anomaly where we're not talking like powers or anything like that. It's a lot easier. Like Alice in Borderland is kind of like crazy. It's kind of like a Squid Games kind of vibe.
Better than Squid Games,
better than Squid Games.
All right, cool. In that case, it probably is good.
Yeah, because it's. But
if you're doing an anime that involves any kind of ability, powers, or some kind of super strength or anything, bro, it never matches up. And that's why I just say, bro, just leave the anime alone, bro. Let anime be anime. Stop trying to do the cash grab and get the live action because it don't work.
Do you know what it is, though? I am going to say this.
Bleach live action made me sick.
Bro, no. Dragon Ball live action is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
I agree.
There's
no doubt.
Let's not talk about it.
Don't talk about it. They made Goku a high schooler in America.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
Going to crash out. I went to crash out. And Junior's so effective.
Guys, come on. We're supposed to be elevating anime.
Sorry.
No, but real talk, yeah. Dragon Ball Z live action, we don't talk about that.
That's a swear word. That's a swear word.
Why? Because it's so bad.
It's a swear word.
We don't talk about it. Cameraman, we cut that all out, please. We cut that all out, please. Cut it all out, please. That wasn't spoken about.
Yeah, none of us watched that.
We don't spoke about that. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So bad.
Guys, what about... See, there's a couple that are on Netflix. Whether they're anime or not. But there's Devil May Cry.
I'm about to say I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
It could be animated better.
There's one that I was introduced to by TC, Pantheon.
Oh, okay.
I've heard about that. I've seen it.
I wouldn't call it anime. It's a cartoon. That's what I mean. I wouldn't call them anime, but I don't feel like they're cartoon either.
I say let's talk about Pantheon and we'll move to Devil May Cry.
Yeah. So
take it back.
Okay, so Pantheon. Yeah. Who has watched Pantheon?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I need to finish season 2.
You haven't seen it. Watch.
I need to finish season 2.
No, listen.
I'm watching.
Furthermore, Pantheon's a watch with your girl. Yeah.
For real.
100%.
It's not anime. So
it's real life.
Without any spoilers, Pantheon is like a tech like anime basically, whereby everything is it's like a online kind of thing, but humans go get uploaded to being online. That's all I'm gonna say.
So like virtual consciousness.
So what? So it's that anime Black Mirror.
No.
Nah,
Think about it like this, right? We're in the age of AI, right?
Yes, it's
So
very
think of AI, but it's your mind that's been uploaded.
So virtual
That's it.
consciousness.
That's what I'm giving. That's
And
what
then
I'm
let
giving.
me tell you the fight scenes, whether or not you like want to view it as cartoon or whatever, fight scenes are anime.
But the fight scenes.
Fight scenes are straight up anime.
But what's the fight scenes? Is it like, because you said they're...
You have to watch it.
Obviously, the fight scenes ain't in the real world. Just put it that way.
Okay, cool.
Whatever you're seeing, the smoke's not in the real world, so it is
smoky though.
It is smoky, yeah. So for me, storytelling wise, Pantheon is up there storytelling. Like it's gonna keep you engaged. The twists and turns are very, very good. Do you get
Pantheon,
me?
yeah, on Netflix.
On Netflix.
Okay, cool. I'll watch that as well.
It's definitely thought-provoking. To go off the back end of that, because you said Pantheon, there's another one on Netflix called Scavenger's Reach, I think it is. Scavenger's Reign, that's it, yeah. And
I ain't watched this one.
It's actually pretty decent. In terms of like world building, it's bizarre to put it.
Back in it, world building.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. As a you know what I mean, CPO world building, it's definitely good to see because it's like a whole like alien type world that they end up landing on, isn't it? So you're seeing things unravel that you're at first you're like, I don't know what's going on, and then the story starts to like get a bit more in depth between there's like a crew that's crashed on this alien type planet, but the way that they're moving is like not the fact that they crashed is the big problem. Not even the mad alien planet that they're seeing. It's still new to them, the planet that they're seeing, but it's almost like they're from a universe where they're used to traveling, innit? So it's not like they're looking at it like, oh my days. But as a viewer, some things that's going on the planet, you're almost looking at like, oh my days. The main thing is the animation, the way it is. The way it's animated is very weird, but good at the same time. Okay. But again, it's in the categories like Pantheon because it's animation and not anime.
I enjoyed TP Bond.
I like that.
I really like that.
Yeah, I like that.
I really like that. Do you know what one I'm gonna throw out there though? That's that. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Yeah, the sports thing. Very, very. Yeah, you know.
I know what it is.
I know what it is. No, it's not, bro. No.
It's not high
It's not high Q. It's not high Q. Yeah, but
Prince of Tennis.
No.
Close. The golf thing. Yeah.
Live action of Prince and Tennis, though. Have you seen live action Prince and Tennis?
I didn't even know they've done a
live action of Prince and Tennis is actually
the
sick.
golf team.
Bro. It's actually sick still.
It's
a career. It's a K-drama as well. Live action.
Every live action is great.
You are the live action hater.
Rising Impact. Yes.
Rising Impact on Netflix. OP, bro.
Yeah.
Like for a sports anime, I don't even know why, because I don't watch golf from nowhere.
What sport is it? What sport is it?
Golf.
That's the main want to go top golf.
Really?
Go top golf.
When I'm telling you, you could not pay me to watch golf, on TV. Rising Impact is hard.
I'll be real, I'm not with the sports anime. Other than Hippo,
no.
With the sports
When
anime.
I'm telling you,
Tennis and Rising
you're
Impact
gonna love
the two
the
that you need to
MC
watch.
in there. The MC in there, bro. All he wants to do is be able to send the ball.
He says, me and Jay, I watch this.
All he wants to do.
Next episode, we're gonna.
If you look, next episode. That's
I'm
what
gonna
we
come
want.
back and be like, it was alright, guys.
That's what we want. Next episode, we want to review some of these ones.
Brody was so locked in, he got a nosebleed.
Bro, listen, that's not
He
enough.
was so locked in, he got
You're not-
nosebleeds.
You're not gonna
Spoilers, innit?
you're not gonna be able to. You're not gonna be able to freaking like make them understand it because it's the character building of the MC that you're gonna get locked into, and it's the mentality
That's right.
that the kids
Yeah.
got. Yeah,
He's
that
gonna
you
make-
lot are gonna fall in
Yeah.
love with, bro.
He's gonna
Like,
make your heart sing. man.
Yeah,
You're gonna watch this and
man.
you'll be like,
Yeah.
They say it's sounding like anime for the mandem right now. I'll be real. Like,
Listen.
JR's got 2 pieces of homework. What are the 2 live actions he's got to watch for the next episode?
So it was Alice in Borderland and what? Rising Impact. That's live action.
No.
Gantz.
Gantz. We just said another one.
I'm not seeing Gantz either.
Prince of Tennis.
Prince of Tennis.
You might as well watch it. You might
Prince Tennis.
You might as well run it.
Okay.
K-drama as well. Young little K-drama with the missus.
Yeah,
You
I
get
know
me?
about Prince of Tennis. Don't worry about it. I know about that.
I need it to come up though. What's the 3?
So it was Gantz, Alice in Borderland, and Impact Rising.
no, for live action,
Prince of
Prince
Tennis,
of Tennis live action.
Oh, same.
Prince of Tennis live action, Gantz, Alice in Borderland.
All 3 live action.
Yeah,
all three
live
films.
action.
But an anime,
Series.
Rising Impact.
Alice in Borderland series. Gantz is a movie. And
Alice in Borderland.
Alice in Borderland. No, Prince of Tennis is a series.
Okay, cool.
mandem, to get back to what we was saying, I think, yeah, man, let's talk about DMC, Devil May Cry, and then I got one last manga I think needs to be highlighted, sorry, guys. So, yeah, man.
DMC.
We're going onto the spotlight as well.
Yeah, no, literally. So DMC for me, I felt like it was a real good story, had good lore, but the only thing I didn't like about it, without spoilers, is I don't feel like the lore was mainly based around the games. So for me, I kind of watched it as like a separate entity, almost weren't thinking too much about the games, but yeah, Devil May Cry was good animation. Certain CGI could have been done better, but that's with a lot of things, you know. But yeah, man, it's a good watch. It's a good Netflix watch.
I feel like you have to watch it as a separate entity, but I feel like they're trying to start the world building. So I feel like later on we'll get to what the games are, but right now it's like, look at it from a beginner, someone who doesn't know DMC, then they might understand it a bit more because they're getting the baby steps.
But I feel like they shouldn't have brought Virgil in that soon. It's too soon.
Yes and no, because
Fire Force did it with his brother.
this is what I mean. Like,
Obviously, Fire Force doesn't have a
Is
game.
his brother in
but
it?
they haven't given too much of
Yeah.
Virgil. Do you see what I mean? They haven't given too much. They've dibbled
So he's
dabbled
in there
teased
though.
it.
He's in there
They
though.
teased him.
Don't want to say
in,
too
but
much.
he's not.
Yeah,
That's- I don't wanna
leaving
spoil
it
He's
there.
in, but
Oh,
he's not.
you get one scene of Mama like this walking
I
away.
feel like personally, they should have left him out. They should have left him out the
But if
first
you knew on the
season.
team, you know that.
Can I ask a question?
Go
Is
for it.
Devil May Cry to do with the game Devil May Cry?
Yeah,
Yes.
but this is what we're saying. That's what we're saying. It's not.
supposed to be based on the game, but
Oh,
when
sick.
you
Yeah, I need to watch
when
it.
you watch that on Netflix, when you watch it, you have to watch it as a separate thing. Don't think too much of the game because you're not gonna get that same feeling.
and that's what I did.
Yet.
Like the game was very
main
dark.
problem-
The game was dark.
my main
I was
problem-
seeing my man juggling enemies with guns and that, but yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like it's all coming.
yeah, loved it.
My main problem with it is I feel like they lacked on the character.
Yeah,
The
they're trying to make him too
like,
jokey.
for me,
He was too jokey.
For me, that's not Dante
The
in
game's
any
dark.
in any like capacity. It's not like forget the game or whatever. Like even if you take out the game for what you know Dante to be, like what
I've only seen the trailer and it
What
looks
do you
like a teenage Dante.
what do you remember? Like even then though, what do you remember Dante's voice to be like?
It was deep. He's a lot deeper voice.
He's got a decent point there though.
He's anti-hero.
Teenage Dante in the games, bro. It's basically adult Dante, bro. He's not a teenager in the games, and that's the only lore we know. There's no manga of Devil May Cry, is there, from before the games. The games is like the first thing in it that we got introduced to.
Yeah.
I think they
So
did.
he
I
might
think
be
they
right
did
there,
make
like-
like manga.
There's
But I
comics
do hear
though.
what you're saying.
There's comics.
The
It doesn't-
games
it
are definitely
doesn't
dark,
precede the
bro.
game,
Like
yeah.
voice,
The
everything.
games are dark. The voice actor in the games is like he's got that husk and again
That coarse voice.
as I said to you guys, it's, to me the person that I think about when I hear that voice is like the Witcher voice.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's that kind of like he's got that to him. Like, do you get me? And it's like when you if for me where that was missing, it was almost like they replaced Dante with Peter Parker.
Right. He's a bit of a joker now in this.
And I'm like, what? Like,
because they want to make it user friendly.
Exactly.
And this is what I don't like Netflix, because they do it like
For
this.
everyone, they make it for everyone. And
They make it for everyone.
It's not for everyone.
Listen, it's not for everyone. If you don't like it, then don't watch
people
it.
should give it a chance, though. Give
Yeah,
it a
no,
chance.
for sure.
No, give it a chance.
like action-wise, really good. The story was pretty dope as well. Like, I like the way that they connected the story to all the way to the end, and like, you know, it was a good story without giving any spoilers. Like, the story had good twists and turns. It was brought from beginning to the end. It was one of those like butterfly effect kind of stories where you get to see what the choices of everybody's situation made, and to bring that whole occasion back. So it was like a full circle thing at the end, which was dope. I liked it for the story. But just because I played Devil May Cry, and for me, it was like one of them ones where I used to watch him playing it a lot. And just didn't cut it for me like that. But it was good.
See how you feel like that, yeah? That's how I feel about One Piece live action.
Oh, this guy.
But anyway, moving on.
Steven, go on.
Quickly though, to end of it, I think what they might have actually done, I don't know if anyone played the most recent Devil May Cry games on it, is actually his brother. But I feel like it's almost like the Dante and Netflix is his brother in the games.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, that's still not Dante, innit? But well, today on our Spotlight for Nani Talks, we're gonna be mentioning monsters we make. So, what's everyone's take on that so far?
First,
let's introduce.
First, let's talk about who's actually, why is it a situation? And it's a situation because famous YouTuber coach that most of you might know, called Corey Kenshin, has released his manga along with preliminary artist Andrew Gong, and forgive me if I say this wrong, but the artist for the actual manga is Elias McGee Shaman. Cool. And man, for me as a character illustrator, the art is awesome. I think they've done well. I do, however, think it would have been nice to see it in more of a manhwa vibe. A little bit of colour, I think, goes a long way in this day and age. You know what I mean? But
soundtrack.
But
What's the soundtrack? He's too into. We're not gonna. You know
too
what I mean?
much now.
yeah, he just wants everything to be ordeal now, innit?
Yeah.
So, but nah. It's a vibe for me in the sense where, like, one, it shows that the anime scene is being less gatekept in a sense where and the manga scene is being less gatekept in the fact that, like, I know he's Corey Kenshin and he's a YouTuber. He's got tens of hundreds of thousands of followers or whatever. And they've all huddled around him and basically gone and bought this, and so did we. We've read it, but I think it's nice to see that you can do that.
Yeah,
the fact that you can do that puts, like, you get me, as Black Star would say, it puts a battery in our pack to be like, you know what, it's not gate kept by the founders or whatever, and somebody can come out there providing they've got the right community around them, because that's what everything is right now, isn't it? Like, if you're a music artist, if you're whatever, you can if you've got a community, you can actually come out and sell your goods anywhere on any platform, on a number of platforms, and do your thing. And I think that it's good for other creators to see that it's possible as well. And as we said before, innit, with the Steph Curry thing, with the other stuff, like, seeing is believing, right? So I think that, again, butterfly effect, 10 years time, we're going to see a lot of impact off of that alone. So well done to Corey for that, because I think that's awesome to see and awesome to show.
100%, man. 100%.
You guys.
Yeah, so, I mean, I've read up to chapter 4. I'm liking it at the moment. I'm liking the build-up. Artwork looks great, you know. It's moving quick. They put you right in it. So it starts, it puts you right in the action or whatever. And I appreciate that. So I'm looking forward to, I think the next chapter things are going to escalate even more from what I'm hearing. So I'm looking forward to reading the rest of it.
And personally, even like what P was saying, it's like, as much as it might have been good in colour, I'm a type of person that I enjoy black and white anime sometimes. Like, just the way it's art styled and the way it's drawn, I actually like reading it. Because sometimes I don't feel like everything needs to be in colour.
You're right.
I feel like the way it is done is right. It sets the mood. It's good to read. I feel like if it was in colour, it wouldn't have the same impact. That's just me personally.
Don't get me wrong. As I said, it's more of a situation where I'm just liking the way the colour thing's going right now.
100% no, it is.
But I do think that for Corey Kenshin, personally, it's potentially like a homage situation. Like he's paying homage to what he grew up and loved. And again, as a creator, that's your prerogative to do. Like, do you get me? So I'm good with what he's done, and I think that again, like I'm assuming it was McGee that done the backgrounds and the character illustration throughout the whole manga. I believe that the concept art come from Andrew Gong, yeah. But I think it's dope. There's certain scenes in there where you get to see it and appreciate it. And I think that this is one place that a lot of manga slacks on is world building within the manga. Like, and I saw like a lot of like impactful frames within Monsters We Make where you get to see this world that they're within. And it doesn't feel like a world that you've seen before. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a few like little gutter places or whatever where they show you, but it feels like a new space that you're within, and I like that, and it's quite detailed in terms of that. So I was happy for that.
Yeah, man. For me, I think I'm growing on to chapter 4 now. So I'm up there with you, Quantum. You know what I mean? But for me, what I really like about it is the concept of what's going on, and it's still very, very early doors. But already I can get the sense that we're in a world that is far, like our world that we know today is far gone. Like, for instance, without any spoilers, there's a scene in there when he's going through a little bit of training to introduction to his new school. Again, it's very much a world that not everybody knows what's going on. There's only a selective few that know what's actually going on. But the main character, he says to one of the teachers, like, I'm the GOAT of all time. And he explains to him, he's like, that's in the past, like some years back they used to say that, but that's what people are saying now. So it lets you know that a lot's gone on and a lot's happened. So yeah, man. But again, art style is awesome, story, the way they're building the world. Yeah, man, it's good. And so far, anyway, again, it's early doors, but right now it has got a quite unique feel to it, like TC just said. So yeah, man.
What chapter are you on now?
About to enter into chapter 4.
Okay, same as me, yeah.
For me, I've read all 8 chapters so far in the volume. I think it's... Yeah, you guys have said like it's different, but for me, it's like it's close to the current era that we're in, but it's slightly different in the sense of like there are things that are the same, but obviously it's set in the future, so there are things that are slightly different. But without giving away too much, well, I won't even say that actually because I will give away too much. But I don't think it's too far different from the current world that we're in. It's just slightly advanced. Things are in the future a bit more, which I think it gives a more relatable viewpoint from the story. I think that if in possibility the future could go down that avenue, because we never know what's going to happen in the future. I'm not saying people can just randomly get powers, but we never know what can happen. I think it's very good. I think the concept is good. I like the darkness in the story. There's a little bit of darkness that you kind of have to that you get to a point and you understand that. I think the art is good. I like the black and white art. Quite a purist when it comes to like comics and manga. I like seeing it in black and white. Only like the Korean manhwa, I will kind of adapt and just get used to the fact that it's in colour. But I think it's I think the story is very good. I think the art is very good. I don't want to give too much away, but I feel like from chapter 4 to 6, it starts really kicking on. And it's good. I like the development. And yeah, more to come, I would say. I feel like the first 8 chapters, you read that, after you finish the 8th chapter, you're like, yeah, I can read more, which is always a good sign, especially in the first volume. So yeah, look forward to seeing more from Corey Kenshin and his team.
Yeah, I also, the language that it's written in is very like current, I think. There's certain phrases that I use, you think, oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of close, but it's different.
There's a smart way, because it's the future, but they're making sure that today is still very much relevant.
Yeah.
What do you guys, obviously, I mean, how do you guys feel between Kaiju number 8 and Monsters We Make? Because obviously, like, again, I'm only...
It's not the same, but
Kaiju,
there's a big...
Kaiju's a cut
There's a
above them.
big... Yeah.
Based on like, one, the trailer. Two, what did you guys think of the trailer?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Trailer
Phenomenal.
dope, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
Shout out to Lion Studios.
shout out the Lion Studio for that as well, because that's to be fair as well. Like I think that the Lion Studio is not getting the props that it needs as well. Like because the Lion Studio is
Awesome.
They're doing quite big things right now within the scene, and they are more of a marketing anime studio. So like if you use them when you're like you're making like a game or like, you know, like short, it's more of a short spin, but they are making their own anime as well. So I'm intrigued to see that, but they done well with this.
I think from that trailer, it even took me a hot minute, cause I had to remember the trailer, but the trailer was smoky. In my opinion, again, it's early doors, but the way that the manga gives me this dark sense of feel, Kaiju number 8 hasn't really revealed that darkness in the anime. And maybe I remember I don't read the manga, so they might have really got there. But I think Monsters We Make, if the anime is gonna be like how the trailer showed, and again, it's a trailer, so that's only introduction.
Yeah.
I think, boy, that would be a bit more me than Kaiju number 8. Bear in mind, I love Kaiju number 8 as well. I think it's a very good
I was gonna say, as well, obviously, I've read Kaiju number 8, and that's the thing as well. It's like, the manga's a lot more darker than the anime. Cool. And that's the thing as well. It's like, when it comes to anime, you kind of need to read the manga before you make an opinion on it, because
most animes, they dial it back.
Yeah, they dial it back because they're trying to make it friendly for everyone. Yeah. It's like, the manga for Kaiju number 8 is way more graphic.
See, I'm that guy that doesn't really
they miss out a lot more in the anime. Like, a lot lot. They should read.
Real, man. I know there's a bunch of you guys out there like me that just want to watch the animation and already read the manga. And there's nothing wrong with it, man.
There is.
It's fine, man.
There's nothing wrong with it, but just understand that you're selling yourself short if you only watch anime.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? It's one of them vibes where, again, if you was to read Harry Potter, but then watch Harry Potter, you missed the trick. Mm-hmm. You missed the trick on if you just watched Harry Potter, you missed the story.
You
can't appreciate what Jake, like if you...
you read Harry Potter?
No, I haven't watched it.
You can't watch Harry Potter and think that you got the full impact of what J.K. Rowling was trying to show you.
I think for me, mainly, I'm not... Maybe it's changing for me, innit? Because solo leveling is taking way too long to come out, in my opinion. But for me, I'm the person who I'll only read if they haven't got animation there. And that, for me, the one manga that I did start to read, which we're not going to go too much into, but Kingdom. And I don't like the animation of Kingdom.
Only because you ain't got far enough.
And the thing is this, if you just watch and don't read, no, you miss out on so much if you don't read. Yeah. Like, watching it, you only get so much from it. Like,
you read Kingdom yet?
No, I don't read
Kingdom. No, not you.
Prime example of that.
He watches it when he's reading it.
Prime example of that, for me, is Tokyo Ghoul. That's one of my favourite mangas ever, yeah? And the anime, they just completely...
Punished him.
That's what they did to the anime.
That was one of my introductions to anime. Not one of mine, but one of mine. You know, when you fall off anime and you come back, that was what brought me back to anime.
They finished it, bro. They actually finished it. Like, you need to go and read that, because
what's different from the manga and
the anime? Season 1 was good.
Season 1 was good.
After that, I feel like they started
downhill. These man just started shaking dice and dashing.
Yeah, literally.
That's the difference between the manga and the anime.
Basically. These man just... It got to season 2 and it's like they just stopped caring, bro.
The anime always dulls down the manga.
And the manga's, the manga's
always raw.
Very graphic, very raw, very dark. And then it's like you're waiting to see all this animated.
It's just like, we're going to water it down for everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
So what would you like to see from Monsters We Make in the future? Like, what is it that you would... What's the feeling you want to get from Monsters We Make?
I think it's going at a good pace. It's going at a steady pace. As long as the story keeps developing well, and the character, like the main character, you want to see the main character develop a bit more, and his team around him. As long as you see that, I don't think they'll have any problems, because I think their world that they've got is pretty good. The darkness of the story is pretty good, and they've all got their each abilities within their suits. So again, I feel like they're pretty solid, man. They just got to keep going at a steady pace, not leave it too many gaps in between. You know what I mean? 'Cause that's how you lose viewers.
I want to see how like you said, the relationship between the other characters in the manga progress, like where they lead to, and who certain people are. Because there's always like mysteries in the animes and mangas and all that. So right now, where I am in the current story, it's still very fresh, but I'm very intrigued to see like how it unravels and unfolds. So yeah, man.
I'm very intrigued to see, like, again, with independent projects, I feel like that, like, if I look into like the future for where this is gonna go right now, it seems like one of them things where Corey's definitely got the potential to be able to fund this for himself. And it's interesting. I always think like something that's self-funded is always more interesting to see like where they're gonna take it, because there's less strings being pulled.
It's
right?
more their narratives. The narrative.
Yeah.
You've got creative say on what happens.
Yeah.
Well.
But again, it's just about how far you take that, right? And where that goes with it. Do you know what I mean?
But one thing I want to see, creators stop doing, like I said, is that they'll create the manga, which is amazing, and then they'll water down the anime for like everyone. Yeah. It's like some animes aren't for everyone. It's just like if the anime is raw and dark, if the manga's raw and dark, make the anime raw and dark.
Yeah.
It's like, don't water it down because you want to captivate another audience. That's not your audience.
Yeah.
It's like your audience is the people that read the manga and they want to see that animated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chris, what's your views on this?
It's exactly the same. I grew up watching anime that was just raw, just violence, but had great stories. And
shout out to Adult Swim.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I miss it. We don't see much like that. We don't see anything like that.
We ain't seen an Akira in forever.
So if they can maintain the darkness, that more adult theme, and the pacing, and just that's how you're going to entertain me. If the story's good, and if the story's meant to be, like, it sounds like they've got good ideas based on the manga, right? What the manga's saying, it sounds like they've got a hit. So just make the anime. I mean, I'm going to read the manga for sure. I'm sure I'm going to be impressed. Like you're liking it, right? When the anime comes on the scene, just keep it how it's supposed to be. Authentic. Yeah, just don't
But like I
change
was saying earlier, like a lot of these creators will sell it to a studio for a certain amount and just say, do what you want. And it's like, as fans, that's not what we want. It's like they give it to a studio to make it accessible to everyone. And it's like, that's not what we want.
I think that like if Corey does it where, like, again, he's selling out within days. So if he does it from the funding, if he can secure enough funding to do it himself, I think that we'll see something great.
Yeah, there's hope.
But if it goes the VC route, then potentially, we're just going to see the same. We're just going to see the same
one
situation.
Thing that I'll be disappointed that everyone here reads is obviously Ordeal. If that was to get animated, everyone knows the potential it has. Yeah,
I'm not going to lie, yeah.
If that was to get animated, I would be so upset.
Like, talking about that, yeah, I did see Brent upload something that was like, if I was to do Ordeal in this, would you guys be okay with it? And it was a 3D animation, and I saw the poll was freaking way for the 3D thing.
What? But that was a clip of Moon Rising, though.
Moon what?
Of Moon Rising,
They all do.
Is that what they showed?
That was a clip of Moon Rising. That wasn't a clip of Moon Rising.
Yeah, it was. That's why he said,
should I do it like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Moon Rising animation's fine though.
Moon Rising is you sure that
that's 2D.
What? That was a 3D clip though, no?
That's 2D. Moon Rising is 2D.
It has got 3D aspects.
But the clip that he showed, was that not 3D?
No.
Sorry, but what I'm saying is, I still don't want it.
I'll be real. I feel like the way Ordeal is, it should just be like
Bro, it should be like how the art that he's done. Like, don't switch up the art. So the art style's there, bro. The same color palette Brent used. Don't change a single thing.
Because the thing is, everyone here can vouch for Ordeal and say it's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's one thing to say. If that gets animated and it's done wrong, It will actually.
But listen. Shout out Corey Kenshin, though, for Monsters We Make. Dope project. Great art. Like, shout out to Elias McGee for that. And Andrew Gong as well, because you guys smashed it to sell out as well, man. Congratulations. But can I go off script a little bit? Sinners.
Oh, I went to cinema. I watched that 2 days ago.
Oh, wait. We're not just going to talk about it. We're not just going to talk about it.
That film is cute.
We're not just going to talk about it.
Wait. 7. Don't do that. Smaller than 7.
It's a 7.
I paid 50 quid for 2 seats in the IMAX.
It's a musical.
What? Oh, you paid 50?
It's a musical.
Don't say no more.
No spoilers.
Nah, don't do that,
It's a
man.
musical.
It's better than the. You know what I mean? Don't do that, man. It's not that, bro.
It tends to thrill at one point.
Nah, it's not that, bro.
What's he doing?
It does.
Let him do it.
See these
When I
guys,
go, I
they
have
don't
no
know how to
expectations.
appreciate art, fam.
Let him do it.
Bro, it tends to thrill at one point. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? They're outside.
Hold on a second. No.
See this guy.
My ears.
Don't listen to him.
I'll be honest with you, yeah? That is the most pagan comment I've ever heard.
Bro, that's crazy.
Bro.
That was a great film,
Bro.
That was a great film, bro.
Listen, anybody that's watching this year, do not listen. This guy is, he just let me know. My brother's just let me know he's not cultured. Yeah? No, like, that was the worst view of life ever,
was
bro.
alright.
Listen, I'm going to show Dad that. Yeah? Anyway, yeah, I want to get back to my main point, right? I don't want to actually talk about the movie, but what I do want to say is that, like, that is so sick. I would love to see a prequel or a sequel.
Yeah,
in
I
anime
want to see a sequel.
In anime
film.
In anime form, as in like series, an anime series,
Just a one-off.
but with the Sinners vibe.
What you
Like,
saying?
that
That's
was
a one-off.
to
What
see,
you saying?
again,
Without spoilers,
because
it's that
again,
in depth.
Nah, it's not a film. I can't lie.
It's that in depth without spoilers. That you feel like it needs a before
I just think
or after.
Go watch the film.
It's Wednesday. I got
Steven, when you watch it, you come home and watch.
watching it tomorrow. Actually, yeah.
I just think
You understand.
I just,
You're gonna watch it with him.
I watched it already.
Nah.
I watched it last week.
I just think, yeah, it's like one of those situations where it was so good that, and again, like there must be like another film that you guys have seen that you're like, oh, bro, I'd love to see this in anime form. I'd love to see an anime series about this. Like, do you know what I mean? Even like, I mean, something that I think would be pretty dope would be like Avatar. Like an Avatar anime would be pretty dope. Like
The blue people.
yeah,
That one,
yeah.
Don't say yeah, because the main avatar is Last Airbender.
That's
You know what I mean?
Legend of Aang.
Yeah,
No,
when you're
but,
talking
like,
about, I know what you mean.
got his card
No, but you
thing,
don't
man,
screw, man, when I'm saying what I like Avatar.
I'll be honest with you. I genuinely
get so offended by
Yeah,
this
like,
shit?
I
Because when we say Avatar, it is Last Airbender.
Yeah,
That's the main thing.
I don't know. For
If we're gonna
me,
say blue people Avatar, cool.
for me, bro, yeah, I go to what's sold more, and Avatar with the blue
Yeah,
people
no, don't
sold
get me
more.
wrong. That movie is great, man. I love it. It's sick. But
would I want to see that animated?
nah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to though.
Right?
I don't want to.
see.
I could watch it, but I wouldn't care to watch it.
project
That's how I feel
animated.
about it.
Not
I
everything
want to
needs to
see
be
an
animated.
adaptation of a story.
Can you imagine that?
Like a side character.
Deep it though, yeah.
Like a
Studio
side story,
Ghibli,
yeah.
Avatar.
Okay.
No, but
Studio Ghibli, Avatar.
It wouldn't work.
Dope.
It wouldn't work though.
No, what we're gonna say is
It wouldn't work.
not everything needs live action.
From your live action
Not
thing, you
everything
got no
needs
vision,
animated.
Nah, it wouldn't work.
That is it.
If Avatar was getting animated,
Wait.
Terminator
2 minutes.
Zero.
That was rubbish.
I said not
The
everything needs
Terminator animated.
not everything needs live action.
No, but hold on a second. But this is what we said though. Who asked for Terminator?
That's it.
Who's asked for Avatar?
Firstly as well. No. People ask for One Piece, yeah.
Not live
The
action.
question.
They
This
did.
is what
They
I'm
did.
saying to you, yeah.
me.
This is what I'm
It was
saying
the
to
wrong
you.
choice, but they did.
What anime fans asked for Terminator?
No.
Now this is where the boardroom's got to get techie, yeah.
Who's
Because you
asked
can't
Avatar?
walk in the boardroom and do what the
He
hell
asked
you
for
like.
Avatar.
Yeah, you got to walk in the boardroom and have
what I said.
data.
You asked
Yeah,
for
you can't just like.
Avatar.
Bro, anime guys ain't watching Terminator like that. Like, firstly, who's still watching Terminator that's not in their 50?
Terminator is one of them ones. If it's on, you might watch it.
Bro, what Terminator was the last Terminator you watched?
The Silverman.
The one with Christian Bale.
The Silverman.
Silver Surfer and them, man.
When Arnie
No,
was in it, man.
when it was turning into silver.
Yeah, so that's Terminator 2.
Oh, T1000. T1000.
Yeah.
Come on, no.
I seen the one in the cinema, but I wasn't really feeling it.
But this is the thing,
Oh,
the
you're feeling
franchise, the movie franchise thing, they got to know when to stop. Like just like Fast and Furious, you got to know when to take
They don't know when
cool
to.
time on it. Yeah,
Fast and Furious 11 now. Fast and Furious. Jesus
bro,
Christ.
it's mad. But okay, cool. So Sinners, I'd personally say anime on that. what would you guys say? Would you, is there something that you'd be like, I'd love to see an anime
Personally,
in that?
I don't think the anime for Sinners would be as good as the film. I actually really enjoyed the film. I think Michael B. Jordan played his part very well.
No, the acting was good.
He did. Don't get me wrong.
So I feel like if I was to see an anime of that, it probably wouldn't live up to the film. I went into the film with like open mind and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Again though, you're talking about the two men that are part of that project, yeah? Heavy anime fans. I reckon personally, if they put their energy behind it, they're gonna give us the vibes.
Possibly.
Because that's all it requires.
But they wouldn't have that creative control, would they?
But would you want to see the actual film as an anime?
Do you realise that the whole thing is Ryan Coogler's?
Yeah, but if it goes into anime, then you know what I mean?
He's still going to be the director.
Yeah, he might be the director, but there's certain things that coming from live action into anime.
Bro, once you're the director, bro. Ryan Coogler could pattern up anime, bro.
Okay.
See, for me, I feel like movie adaptations into anime, there probably could be some good ones, but my mind kind of goes more like the game route. And one adaptation I thought was brilliant was Cyberpunk Edge Runners. And going off the back end of that, right now, I know Amazon are doing a adaptation of God of War. And for me, I don't know how you're going to do that.
What are we talking, anime or are we talking live?
No. So I'm saying they're talking live action.
Oh, this is live action God of War.
So this is what I'm saying. This is what I was going to... This is what
JR hates live
For this
action.
one, I am 100% with JR on this one. For the simple fact is...
Kratos.
That the guy who is writing, the lead writer on this project, has never even played the game.
Oh, wow.
I think that's an absolute...
That's what I'm saying.
That's a joke. That's a joke. Wait, let me finish it though.
The live action.
Yeah, series.
And this is probably...
And have you played the game?
This is probably the same
I played
reason.
the first game, that's it.
They did a good job.
So
What?
quickly, before we move on, I was going to
Henry
say...
Cavill was a hardcore gamer. He loved
Yeah, but
the
see,
game.
this is the thing. If you're going to choose an actor, because I personally think, yeah, like again, it's just like when you see certain actors go into roles, yeah, like, and you lot will probably hear it from like Cat Williams or something, like you have to really, really go in the role and see the lines and make it you, like make it the character,
The
right?
more in depth you go, the better it is. As an actor.
See, my thing is, real quick, before we move on too fast, the God of War thing. So yeah, I was going to say I would like to see it as an anime. Reason why, because live action, you can't remake Kratos' voice and not it be the person who plays his voice. Forgive me, I don't remember his full name. He's a black man. There we go. What's his name?
Chris Judge.
There we go.
Right.
Best Kratos voice actor ever, and there won't be another one. So you can't just bring in a new man to play Kratos.
Let's give us an animation. I don't want to see God of War as an anime.
That's
or
what I'm
live
saying.
action.
And then let him play the proper voice and do it the way that the games are done, the proper lore, unravel it all.
I already know, because of Kratos' power, I feel like it's going to be hard to live action him.
They can't do it.
No,
Can't do it, bro.
No, but have you looked at that thing on Amazon where they make the different episodes in different game styles?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's it called? Secret Levels.
Secret over. That's it.
But you're talking, but that's all 3D. Like if
still
like,
animation.
this is the thing.
That's done well.
This is the thing, yeah. That's not live action though. If we're talking 3D movie,
Say
then
3D
animated movie, then yeah, you could do God of War 3D animated movie.
Yeah.
Like as far as I'm concerned,
If it's done properly.
that's all the cutscenes in God
You
of
can
War.
never do
like,
that live action, I'll be real.
No, facts.
Yeah,
You can never do it. Even if you're doing God of War 1, the game by itself, and not the trilogy, you can't do it live
But see,
action.
that would
just
have
can't.
to be a cinema movie.
They'd have to have the maddest budget.
They need Marvel
They're the
budget. They need Marvel
maddest
budget to
budget.
do that.
Yeah,
They
They
would
need
have
Marvel
the
budget.
maddest budget.
100 M's to do that film.
Yeah, properly, yeah.
I want you guys to share.
Special effects alone.
I've literally purposely held this back from you lot, yeah, and don't get it twisted. I wanted to share it with all of you lot because it's probably like one of the dopest moments of fatherhood ever, yeah, for me, right? So imagine now, we was talking last. It's funny as well, right? Because everything comes back quite full circle, and we was talking last episode about what was our fave, what would be the one thing that we'd want our kids to watch, yeah, and you dialed in on Naruto, right? So imagine now, funny enough, I'm sitting there editing the first episode, the pilot episode, sitting there now, my son messages me and he's like, Dad, can I chat to you? Like, you know, firstly, these 14-year-olds with their communication, terrible, but we'll move on. He's turned around to me and says to me, Dad, can I chat to you? So I said,
This your oldest, yeah.
yeah, my oldest. So he said, Dad, can I chat to you? So I said, yeah. So he's gone, is Naruto on Netflix, all the episodes? So I was like, nah. Son. I said, look, here's the Crunchyroll login.
Get my Crunchyroll. Use that.
I'll put you on game
Take the
now.
Crunchyroll login.
Put you on game
Yeah,
now.
let me put you on game, yeah. But you know what man said to me? Man turned around to me and I was like, oh my days. Like obviously, for those who don't know, yeah, my son is a typical 14-year-old and he's doing typical 14-year-old does, right? And so for my man to come to me, Dad, imagine this is what he said to me. He said, Dad, Naruto's like me. But he's not a quitter.
Houseway.
I was like, you know when you're like,
chills.
Man, the revelation.
Did you get it? Yeah. Did you get it? Yeah.
Whoa.
So I'm
I
like,
said, but he's not a quitter, you know.
bro.
Please, they read that message. He's like,
Big revelation.
You know, bro, big revelation,
I'm
bro.
taking free shit so long.
I'm like, you watch all those episodes, son.
You watch it to
Don't skip the fillers. Yeah.
You watch it all the way to Boruto.
Every week we're going to talk.
No.
You tell me how you feel better.
Forget Boruto, because Boruto's disrespecting his dad. We're
Blue
condoning
Vortex.
that. Yeah.
Listen.
For the record, I said all the way to. I didn't say
Listen, talk about manga though. Boruto Blue Vortex.
No.
No, top 10, I'm saying to you. If you ain't read it, ain't read it. But
Don't
Blue
get carried
Vortex.
away. I know your thing.
Yeah, well, I'll spoil it for everyone.
No. My story is finished. I am.
Yeah.
But it
You
was
stay quiet
it was
before
a
it ruins for you.
it was a very
Yeah.
it was a dope moment.
That's
yeah, that's
dope.
good.
It was a dope moment.
Say-
Yo, Dad, I'm just like Naruto, but he's not a quitter like
Yeah,
me.
like, do you know how mad that
really
is?
clicks.
Bro.
That's hard.
That's dope, innit?
Bro,
But like, we're
listen.
talking about anime of life
Bruh.
lessons. Full circle moment right now, man.
Do you get me?
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
We ain't even got to tell
100%.
people. They're learning it for themselves.
It's real. It's real.
That's what you want. That's what you
100%.
want, man.
And again, for me, that's like one of them moments where it's like that, like as I said to you, like I feel like anime was the reason why a lot of us might have not ended up on the roads, yeah. And I feel like that might be that one of them moments where I might be able to pick out later on when my son's older and be like, that might have been your change. Like,
Yeah.
Do you get me? That might have been the moment where you decided to dial in and lock in.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So yeah, man.
That wasn't the case for me, but yeah, well done.
I was gonna-
You just hard of hearing. So, okay, guys, that's a wrap from Nani Talks today. That's episode 1. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and comment, yeah? Tune in next time. Peace.
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 Man, well done.
Nice. Cheers.